over there so we can...
Introducing LT Defense Tactical Gear, your ultimate solution for top-notch protection and performance in the field. Our armor bundles provide unmatched safety and comfort, while our battle belts and holsters ensure quick and easy access to your gear. Stay prepared for any situation with our high-quality medical supplies, designed to keep you ready for action at all times. Looking to enhance your skills? Our firearms training programs will take your proficiency to the next level. Trust LT Defense for all your tactical gear needs and gear up for success on the battlefield.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Think of all that time. Every wait in the winter. Think of all that times no one else. Every sprint in the summer. Every sacrifice. Early mornings on the levee. Late nights in the film room. Bus rides to playoff games. Every bump in the road. Every moment of ecstasy. Every moment of doubt. Years wondering. Is it all worth it? It's all led to this. Man, I got this. It's a 60-minute drive for a 60-minute game. After all the miles we've traveled, we're almost there. After all the hours we've worked, one more can make us legends. After all that time, this is our time.
I'm going to say if they play just the amount of games as the NBA, with the amount of hype that they have, if they just put some primetime games on after the NBA season, they would be a profitable company.
Looking to get it into Smith. What a pass! That's game! Morgan Smith with the game winner! Oh my goodness!
And that is why you have Aaron Fry pass the ball in. Your weakest link on the team, who is a complete liability,
is gone.
And the playoffs,
Out of there.
You lost nothing.
You know, people watch 90 plus minutes of a soccer game to watch Miami Dolphins Stadium get destroyed over one goal.
Yeah.
See, this is going to determine my running back position. The Bills. Ooh, I'll take Cook.
But we're going to get to our final play. This is absolutely the dunk of the Summer League. This was just filthy. Check this out.
And they're trying to force a contested perimeter shot and keep it out of the lane. Wanda's Williams.
Till the final whistle. Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
What's up, everybody? You are looking live at Military Broadcast Radio till the final whistle with Caveman and HG. Boys, how are we doing on this beautiful Wednesday morning?
I think we're all exhausted as a collective here after Monday, but we're ready to go. We stay locked in. No other option
Still
because
out.
there's
Don't
so
sleep.
much sports happening.
The game don't
sports
sleep.
does not stop. This train, the Till the Final
Keeps on
Whistle
rolling.
train, does not have any stops. You have to jump off this train to get off of
Where
it.
were we at on Monday, HG?
We were at the Clock Tower Bar and Grill in Lone Tree,
Shout out to Matt.
Colorado.
Shout out Clock Tower Grill.
Big-
Elite food. Elite.
That
mac
food
and
was
cheese
amazing,
bites.
dude.
Delicious.
How was your quesadilla, buddy?
That was amazing. I was like fighting, just like taking my headset off and just tearing that up.
Yeah,
I was on the camera,
They were in
so
the
I couldn't
comments
just,
like, "What is Caveman destroying right now?" Like
I
our
could
boy
have
Darian.
ate that
Shout
in,
out
like,
Darian
5
riding
seconds.
with us. But
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
I could have
He
tore
was
that
like,
up
"Yo,
on
your
camera.
boy's taking down something right now," and I look over. And like I was like, "What is Caveman?" Oh, he's eating that quesadilla, boy. Eating that quesadilla.
If you thought I was tearing that up then, man, I was holding back. I could have just took my headset. I would have been done with it in like 2 minutes and
They
been
got some
back on the
great food
mic.
there. Elite
It was
fish and
good.
chips. I gotta say,
Okay,
great
okay.
fish and chips.
Try that.
The
next.
mac and cheese bites.
Mac and cheese bites.
Fire.
Are French dip was
Fire.
good.
That looked
French
really good.
French the au jus had like some spice to it.
Ooh.
It wasn't just some like packet into a pan with some water. It had some kick to it, dude. I like that, man. It was really, really good.
They
Very
got
impressive.
the mountain melt and their like signature zinger sauce that goes on that. That's really good. They got like a mac and cheeseburger
Cool.
and a
Damn.
breakfast burger. Tons of great food.
Yeah.
Some
Clock
fun,
Tower
like,
Grill,
signature
Lone Tree,
clock,
Colorado.
Yeah, I'm gonna
cocktails
spend
and
the
that
whole
type of
check
stuff.
there one night.
We had plenty of action in the game.
We
Monday
did.
Night Football recap to start off the show.
Let's get right into it.
The New York Jets lost on seemingly what pretty much felt like an Aaron Rodgers letdown game. Throws a pick
They
to
should
end
have
it.
won it.
They should have won it. They missed 2 field goals. You can't count on your field goal
Well,
kicker.
Did you see what McAfee said or what he said on the McAfee's show?
I'm sure he probably got on his knees for Aaron Rodgers. He's paying him.
Well, Roger said Williams ran the wrong route.
Oh, of course he's gonna
Okay.
just we're just gonna throw somebody under the bus.
Yep. Mike
No
Williams
door-
is gone.
I thought
dog.
buses open up their doors before when they cross the train tracks before they run you over. You know,
Yeah.
this was
I know.
doors closed, full speed ahead.
Yeah.
We're gonna throw Mike Williams under the bus.
With
Probably the odd
Devontae
man
Adams
out
in
now.
the room.
Right
Yeah.
now, probably the odd man out because he has his boy Randall Cobb. No, Cobb's retired. I meant Alan Lazard there.
Lazard's there. Yep.
You know, Alan Lazard, and then obviously, you know, is Garrett Wilson going to play? And now what happens with Devontae's there? I need a bag. You have to pay Devontae because the Raiders aren't paying any of that contract. So now you're going to pay a bag to Devontae, who's how old? You're probably not going to have all that money in the cap. So, you know, you just re-signed that 3 technique in the middle. I'm skipping on his name. Is it Dexter Lawrence? No, Quentin Williams.
Quincy.
Yeah, Quincy.
Quincy Williams. Okay.
Shane
You're going to have to pay
Stain.
Sauce Gardner in a couple years. I mean,
And that's coming up sooner
That-
than you think.
I
too.
think
He
so,
was-
for
That's
sure.
a lot sooner.
He's
yeah.
been in the league what 3 years?
these guys
now?
really only get 2. If they pop off after year 2, they're looking to get a new bag after year 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
You know.
crazy to me how many ex-Packers players have went to that Jets team, or just like they got Nathaniel Hackett, not a player, but
Ex-coach.
you got Conklin,
He played
former
the Broncos.
Packer.
I'll say that
Yeah.
much.
former Packer, Conklin, Randall Cobb went the same year, Alan Lazard went the same exact year Aaron
And
Rodgers
they,
did.
They also took
Now
one of our
Devontae Adams this
offensive
year.
assistants, Luke Butkus, one of the younger grandsons to Dick Butkus. He was one of our offensive line assistants, and now he's their offensive line coach for the New York Jets.
That man, Aaron Rodgers, is playing NFL GM
Yeah.
while being the NFL quarterback at
Right.
the same exact time,
Right.
man.
Hey, you're running.
It's crazy. He's like, people
No
say LeBron
excuses.
does it. People
You
say
got your
LeBron
boy now,
does it.
Mercury. What do you think of the trade
That's-
when it came out? I wish we would have had him for the Monday night game because me and Mercury, we're riding the New York Jets. Caveman, the traitor in the group, riding
We
the,
had
Benedict
fantasy
Arnold of the
the
group.
implications.
freaking Buffalo Bills and the Josh Allens. What are we doing? Mercury,
Fighting Josh Allen's love.
what do you
Josh
think of
Allen.
the trade? Does it change anything in your opinion about what the New York Jets are as a football team?
I mean,
Not
I
yet.
think they'll make them a little bit better. I don't
7
know.
and 10.
I don't know if this makes them, Super Bowl favorites all of a sudden. There's a lot of dysfunction that adding, a wide receiver is not gonna
Got an
you know,
interim head
fix.
coach.
Interim head
Nathaniel
coach.
Hackett offense.
shaky offensive line. They have not been playing well, which is a line you spent a lot of money on. The run defense has been terrible. recently.
Buffalo
Let's
Bills,
talk about that. Man.
minus 400 to win the division. Jets plus 550 to win that division in the AFC East.
Let me just see how many rushing yards this Bills were able to collect here. Yeah, Ray Davis and 20.
He kind of went off.
As
in
a
the
team,
first half.
150.
Yeah, in the first half, he went off. In the second half, he definitely kind of slowed down, but like they weren't able to get any points when they actually got stops, dude. Because the Jets defense kind of stepped up a little bit. Because 20 carries for 97 yards, he had to work for those 97, but a lot of them came in the first half for Ray Davis.
Yeah.
I think that this does give like Devontae Adams coming there. That's a guy Rodgers just trusts. He's got chemistry with someone he's going to go to when they're trailing and they need like big catches. Because you saw like in early games earlier this year, games that were close. Like Rodgers is throwing the ball to these spots and the receivers are going a completely different area. So
see, my thing is
they're following the route tree.
Mercury.
They don't know like where Rodgers wants to throw
This
it.
is my thing, buddy. This is my thing. I got to cut because I'm so passionate about this. It's super easy to say, oh, well, the wide receivers. I know he said about Mike Williams running the wrong route. Brother, you're a Hall of Fame quarterback. These lunatics have never played with you before. Why aren't you adjusting to them?
Yeah, I mean,
you saw Tom Brady with Scotty freaking Miller.
Dude,
adjust to him.
Scotty Miller was dicing
Peyton
you up
Manning
in the NFC Championship.
Adjusted to the wide receivers that he just got there with.
Yep.
Like, who the hell was Emmanuel Sanders?
Especially
really?
then. That was late in both of their careers.
Awesome. Turned into be an awesome player. Young player with Peyton Manning when he first gets there.
Yep.
Right. Adjust to his game because he's a young player. What are we doing? If you're stuck in the mud like an old person and you're just not willing to get yourself out of it, it doesn't matter who you have on your team or who you trust. Football isn't about trust sometimes, and it's just about helping your freaking players play better. Yep. Like, if you know this player is going to play better doing this, why aren't you just doing that?
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I mean, but it's like I'm like, bro, like, the
that's
way
a
that
great
you said
point.
how you said that, I also
That's
heard that also on ESPN, with Woody and all those guys. I kind of like the NFL Live thing, and I was kind of like boggled in my head where, oh, he has all this. Obviously, the trade was already news late in the afternoon yesterday.
I mean, Adams
it's all over
already
everywhere.
at his house
He's already at
before.
his house, and they're talking about this thing. You triggered it in my head, Merc.
weeks.
You triggered it in my head, buddy, because it was like, I'm like, bro, you think Josh freaking Allen trusts Ray Davis? No, but he fed him.
Or
He
any
adjusted
of
the
those
game.
guys.
He adjusted the game plan, right?
Yeah.
You think he probably trusts Keon Coleman yet? Nope. What does Keon Coleman do? Get him the ball in space, maybe make a miss. Let it make the game easy for him.
He's
Get
throwing
the
it to
player-
Curtis Samuel.
Get the player involved in the game plan.
Dawson
Right.
Knox
You know
had
what I
a
mean?
touchdown. for
You're not
Josh
getting
Allen.
anybody. Aaron, oh, I got to trust you to get you involved. No. How about we just split you out in a bunch formation, run everybody. You stop underneath, so that kind of creates a bit of a pick play, but legally, and get you just a quick little 5-yard catch. Make the game easy. So when you have a big play, when you're running a route downfield, maybe there is some trust now that maybe I'm going to put it in a place where he can make a play instead of just blaming him when he runs the wrong route.
It's always the
He
thing.
was
they
wide open
say
anyway.
When like a backup comes in or like a rookie has to start, someone gets injured, they're like, just get the ball to your playmakers. That's got to be his focus today. The easy pitch
Easy
and catch.
catches.
Let guys make a play for him.
Yeah.
So like don't get it. Don't do anything crazy with the ball. Like don't try to
It
be a
pisses me
hero.
off to no end, man. When I see, I don't know, man. Like even the Bears last year when they had Justin Fields and some of their wide receivers, like, oh, there's just not the trust there. Like, bro, you it makes me actually honestly laugh because like probably all these dudes are egotistical maniacs. Nobody trusts anybody. Really, at the
No,
end of the day,
Let's be
Unless
fair.
you're
this
winning.
is
Unless you're
this
winning.
is a production based bit. Oh, we're all brothers in the locker room. Yeah.
Unless
You're in battle. But
Yeah.
if I'm getting more catches and more, I don't want you to be good, Mike Williams. I want you to drop the ball. I want Aaron Rodgers to blame you because now I'm going to get
I'm
paid
gonna
more
get the
because you're
ball
going to be
more.
gone.
Yeah.
What did Caveman say 2 weeks ago in beginning of the season? Week 1 of the season. If you suck, you're not going to
gonna
start.
play.
On the team.
Except if you're Aaron Rodgers, who sucked, and he's still going to play but he's part owner and GM, and they've sold his
Yeah.
soul to the. I'm sorry, Mercury, I cut you off. But
There's
I'm
some
like,
guys that
it
suck and
fucking
still play,
pisses
too.
me off. I accidentally did that, but it really makes me mad when I hear, especially with that excuse with Aaron Rodgers, because I saw that shit in Green Bay too. When we got young Christian Watson, young Romeo Dobbs. No, I don't know. Maybe throw it just deep to the fast guy. That's all Jordan Love did.
It's always an option.
Just throw it deep to the guy that's faster than everybody. I don't know. I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna take up the whole segment just ranting on Aaron Rodgers because he pisses me off.
I hate
and
to
he
say
didn't
it.
cover and Jimmy covers. Aaron Rodgers over his last 5 against the spread. No big deal.
Man. And that,
Well,
I'm done.
Jimmy, I'm not making excuses for Rodgers doing that. I mean, he should adjust his game, but he was refusing to do that. And I think the Jets made a move where they get a guy that he'll trust. And because I mean, if he's not going to adjust his game, you're going to have to adjust your team around him, and that's not a winning formula. Come playoffs, it might get you into the postseason. I have this.
You think they'll make the playoffs?
I think they got a better chance now with
chance
Adams.
now.
Yeah,
they'll probably just him being there. Rodgers will probably make the right throws and the right decisions, get them some more wins and that stuff. But they're going to sneak in as a wild card. I don't see them. They're probably not making it out of the first round if they do make it.
No.
But I mean, yeah, the Rodgers should be adjusting his game, but he's old man stuck in his ways. It's the same problem with Russell Wilson. I can't believe the Steelers are considering benching Justin Fields for this guy.
I know
Wilson's clear, it's this. He's got the same problem. I saw it in the preseason that he had here in Denver, where he's clearly lost a step. He can't scramble and escape pressure like he used to and make these throws and plays on the run. And he's refusing to adjust as a passer and try to become more of a pocket passer. He still thinks he can be the scrambling, off schedule quarterback.
Can't be the hero.
And he's stuck in his ways. He's like, I don't want to change. I'm going to be the same. He's like, I want to be the same quarterback I still was, 10 years ago. It's not going to happen, bro. You got to change. What's that age?
What's Russell?
He has a hero complex.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Can't be the hero.
Means that it doesn't matter who he's throwing under the bus. He has to be the hero no matter what.
So it gets into that.
That's the reason why he doesn't have that second Super Bowl is because instead of running it, he wanted to be the hero.
Well, that's just a play call.
Yeah.
He could have audibled it, but he's listening to the coach in that moment. Yeah. But
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope he's listening.
If he chose
coach.
to do that, you're in Canada, buddy.
Yeah, if he chose to do that, oh gosh,
he's lucky he got the one. He got that one earlier 2 years ago.
New York Jets plus 140 to make the playoffs.
And you give that guy a freaking generational defense,
we're talking
like the Legion of Boom, and you might win a Super Bowl.
We're talking a lot about Devontae Adams going to the Jets. Well, another big trade that came out: Amari Cooper to the Bills.
Love it.
What are our thoughts on this, guys?
What are we doing in New York? We had a watch party for you at the Clock Tower. Shout out Clock Tower. And we don't get Amari Cooper versus Devontae Adams?
I know.
And Aaron Rodgers?
1 week too late, guys.
What are we doing?
A day too late.
A trade that we all knew was going to happen with Devontae Adams and the New York Jets.
He's at his house.
I made
He's been there for weeks.
He's been
there for weeks.
He literally faked an injury to get traded.
Yeah.
Something that we knew was going to happen 4 months ago.
It's like brother. You see, Forrest Gump,
NFL.
Forrest Gump when he's running and he runs out of the leg braces. That's about to be Devontae Adams as a Jet right now.
That's great.
He's just going to run out of this injury. He's going to come out swinging. First game, I bet you Devontae Adams is probably going to have like 2 touchdowns.
Caveman gets the free shout out of this segment. That was a great show, buddy.
Amari Cooper on the Bills.
I love that.
This is going to be. I think that makes the Bills a lot better now.
Totally, dude.
Allen was definitely putting up some stats with Khalil Shakir and like a rookie Matt Collins.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you give him a number 1 wide receiver like Amari Cooper,
an unheralded guy too. He's just one of those quiet killers in the NFL.
He really is. He's one of the best route runners I've seen in the
totally, yeah.
He's so dynamic the way he can
a bit older now. I don't know if they're gonna ask him to do, but I agree with you. Elite when he was in his prime, dude.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Like when
And
he was
he-
with the Dallas Cowboys,
Dallas
he
Cowboys.
was a killer.
He had some
And I think he's
pretty
still
good
really
years
good.
with the
And
Raiders.
I want to see
Yeah.
what happens when he has a real quarterback throwing the football. Because
Right.
he's got, I mean, arguably the worst QB in the league was his QB the first 6 weeks with Deshaun Watson. Now you got Josh Allen throwing you the ball. That's going to be a completely different story. I know Cowboys fans, they just have to be absolutely sick watching the Browns get a third for Amari Cooper when Jerry Jones traded him away for a 5th-round pick in his prime. Like,
Yeah, seriously.
absolutely disgusting. Can't believe that happened.
Is it the same scenario though? Because Amari Cooper's had a lot of drops this season. Deshaun Watson's not playing good, but is Amari Cooper dropping all these passes? You know, he's showing some rust so that they traded him away so he can go play for an actual quarterback. We
I
got the
think
same situation as Devontae Adams there. Could be something to think
it's
about.
definitely going to be fun to watch. Until the final whistle is going to have all the updates for you, the implications of all this. We're going to have all the pickups for these games too. Stick with us. When we come back, we're going to do a quick little MLB preview and getting some NHL best bets for futures with Jimmy Covers. And we got much more in store for you, so stick with us, folks, for the rest of this 2-hour morning session until the final whistle on Military Broadcast Radio.
60 years went rolling by. It was here we said goodbye. The war was brewing, it was extreme. We were only teens. I knew the day I died, all alone, my brand new bride. Our favorite song would be a sign I'd be back in time. So raise a flag with pride and grace. I seen the pain on a soldier's face. Bring me home, both sides say I'm a soldier of the USA. You weren't alone all these years. Seen you cry, I know your tears. You raised our child and a family, all without me. You've done well with your life, lots of friends by your side. I heard a nightly secret prayer, I was always there. So raise our flag with pride and grace. I seen the pain on a soldier's face. Bring me home, both sides say I'm a soldier of the USA. Now it's time, my lovely wife, to bring you home. Say goodnight. Close your eyes to our favorite song. Can you see me now? Can you see me now? One day we'll come back in time for those we leave behind. But for now, we'll watch them grow. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. You are looking live at Till the Final Whistle on mbradio.us. I'm your host, Jimmy Covers. To my right is HG. to my left is Caveman. I went on a bit of a rant. I'm sorry, guys, about that. You just triggered me, Mercury. Like Aaron Rodgers makes me mad. We just did a Monday night football watch party recap. Shout out Clock Tower Grill. We're going to be moving on to some MLB baseball. It's the playoffs, baby. It's the fall classic. Jimmy Covers is here with all the baseball action. We have game 3 in a tied 1-1 series. LA Dodgers, New York Mets. First game in New York. Coming back, boys. We have an intriguing pitching matchup. We have Walker Buehler, and a lot of potential for the Dodgers. He's battled some injuries there. 2-3 the last 5, a 5.81 ERA in his last 5 starts. Throw the records out of the books, boys. It's the playoffs. Anything can happen. Walker Buehler, he could step up and play big for the LA Dodgers. They kind of need it. Their pitching is thin for the LA Dodgers, so they need these back-end guys to really step up. Towing the rubber for the New York Mets, Luis Severino pitched pretty good in his first 2 playoff starts, a 2.3 ERA, 6 innings pitched in both of those, 7 strikeouts in each of his last 2 starts. Really good. He's chucking the ball well, averaging 6 innings pitched in his last 5 starts. Really good consistency from Luis Severino.
They did good job at getting him in their first home game here.
Yeah.
With the crowd there. Oh, man. Because that lineup on the Dodgers.
And he gets the home protection. It's a murderer's row for that Dodgers lineup up at the top of that.
They played good on Monday. Game 1.
This is going to be an intriguing series. Mets, Dodgers, LA market, New York market. Baseball's been all over it. Baseball announced that their baseball viewership is up 18%. I wonder if that has anything to do with the big markets at play in this MLB postseason. Whereas last year, it was like the Arizona, it was Arizona and, the Texas Rangers. Like, for baseball nerds like me, I loved it. Like, it was great. It was great baseball. It was fantastic baseball. There's runs being scored.
That was fun.
There's double steals. There's, suicide bunts being laid down in postseason games. Electric atmosphere in Texas for sure for watching baseball. 2 bigger markets. Everybody's watching it. The boys are buzzing. Game 3. Who we got?
2
tonight,
MVPs.
2 MVPs. Yeah. Good point. Who we got tonight, boys?
Here.
It's going to be tough. I want to keep rocking with this Mets magic, man, but the Dodgers. It's the Dodgers, man.
I know.
Yeah.
They lost one at home, but they were able to trick the Padres into thinking the series was over.
Who'd you say was pitching the starting pitcher tonight for the Mets?
Severino.
Luis Severino.
It was pretty consistent.
Very consistent.
2.6 ERA in the first 2 starts. So you gotta, if the guys in the bottom of the lineup for the Dodgers are able to get hits off tonight early when Severino's out there, then I think the Dodgers are gonna win. But if they don't score enough points in those first 6 innings, if they don't have 5-6 runs before then, I think they're gonna lose. Because the Mets can just run it up on you late. They scored 5 runs in the 8th in the playoffs twice this postseason.
Mets magic, dude.
It's crazy.
Mets magic is real.
They really come and attack your closers.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with the Mets tonight. Although
with the Mets,
I see LA. I think they're gonna split the series in New York too. So it's probably
true.
The Mets might get one. The Dodgers, though, they seem like they're playing well when their back gets against the wall. I mean, they had their back against the wall against the Padres. Obviously, the Padres, they thought they had won, so they went out and got blasted.
Drinking.
So
dude. That I couldn't believe that got admitted on a podcast where it could be in open public. I think it might have gotten lucky because the Yankees clinched a postseason, the Royals series. So I think it might have gone under the radar because a big market team was, moving on to the ALCS, obviously. I could not believe when I heard that they thought it was only a 5-game series where after they won, to win 3 games, and if best of 5, you only win 3 and you're done. So they won their 3rd game. They're like, oh yeah, it's over. Nope. It's not over. You have legit 3 more fucking baseball games to play.
Yeah.
And you lost all of them and didn't score a run.
What are you doing?
See you later. Good night, Sally.
Way to choke a 2-1 lead there, Padres.
Choked it. Couldn't believe it. Yeah, absolutely couldn't believe a MLB player thought that.
Because when they're not hungover, man,
they went
Padres
the coach,
kicking ass.
And he was like, bro, like we're with the coaches and the ownership. And then it wasn't disputed. It was like, oh no, it was just, like trolling or whatever, like because the internet can spin it any way they want to. It, like dead ass serious. Like even people that were like beat reporters, like they legit thought we were wondering, like, oh, we're doing interviews and they're celebrating. And we were wondering what they were celebrating. And when they were asking them questions, they're talking like about, when they're moving on and all this and, how much time we're going to have to, they're forming answers around like the rest that they're going to have waiting for the other series to end. And it's like, brother, you got another week and a half of baseball. You know what I mean? Like,
a lot of time.
Sports bettors, you can't bet this shit. I mean, that's what makes sports betting, especially in baseball, dude. There's so much variance, bro. It's like these dudes will play like so consistent for 2 months, and then you're like, oh yeah, and like I was the first one to come on the show and like glad hand Fernando Tatis Jr. hit launching bombs in the postseason, stepping up clutch for the boys, leading them into the postseason with basically him and Manny Machado at the top of that Padres lineup, coming out of injuries too, dude. And then for that to happen, where I'm like, bro, and then like he's like the last 3 games he had like 11 strikeouts, no hits. I'm like, you got it. And if you bet, like people bet baseball props and baseball, oh yeah, this guy's probably gonna. Most times, like you bet Aaron Judge to have a hit or an RBI or a home run,
you got it.
A guy who's hit 60 home runs in a 162 game season, combined with 100 RBIs, like that's 160. If you just bet this way every game at like minus 110 odds, you're gonna be making profit. Nope. Every time I bet it, this like can't have it. Even though last night, if you follow us on TikTok, Jimmy Covers hit 2 best bets last night in baseball. Yankees won by 2, cha-ching, and then the big one, buddy, Aaron Judge to have a hit, an RBI, and the Yankees win plus 250. Cash register, give it to me, baby.
That was a good game last night. The Guardians had a chance to win it. It was, let me check, it was 4-1. Guardians scored their quick 1 point, and they had the bases loaded with 1 out.
Yeah.
Walked the guy. So they still got bases loaded, another batter up with 1 out, and they did not get any more runs after that walk. Nope. It was just 2 strikeouts back to back after that.
Yeah.
And it killed their momentum.
Both teams had runners on base. I mean, dude, the Yankees in the first inning, like the first 2 innings, had the bases loaded twice. They could have blown it open early. But that's just the Cleveland's bullpen. If they just had like a little bit, the Yankees offense with like the Cleveland Guardians bullpen, tough cooking. Guardians is not getting very much run support. They got a home run late to make it 6-3 with Ramirez, Jose Ramirez going deep for the Guardians, like in the 9th inning, I think it was, top of the 9th. But Yankees eventually close that out 6-3. And they take a 1. No, what'd they do?
They take a 2-0
lead. Yeah, it's 2-0. Yeah, I mislooked there. Going back to the Cleveland Guardians
early though for Cleveland.
It's getting late early. That's a great analogy, HT. Yeah,
the door's closing on him here.
Game 3 between the New York Yankees. When is that? Oh,
that's tomorrow.
Is that Thursday? Yeah. Oh, but they're
that's
battling.
A 3 p.m. game.
They're going to be battling the boys in the Denver Broncos and New Orleans Saints game. I'm going to be watching football.
We got that baseball game. For some reason, a WNBA playoff game. In the middle of all this.
Let's go Lynx.
Let's go Lynx still. We're going to talk about that later. Still, dumb scheduling.
Very dumb.
We can
at least they got a game on tonight, though.
Yeah, they got a game tonight. But that's tomorrow. 3:08. You can check the early in the afternoon. It'll be wrapping up right as the Saints and the Lynx game is starting. Saints, Broncos, Lynx, Liberty. So you'll be able to check out the Yankees and Guardians still.
I don't know if I'm gonna.
Probably won't, just because I think the Yankees are gonna win.
Yeah, I don't.
Be something I might have to tune into around the 9th inning, maybe bottom of the 8th, top 9th.
Yeah,
type thing.
Well, I'll be calling. I'll probably miss both of those. I'll probably only catch the last quarter of the Thursday night football game. I got 2 football games I'm broadcasting tomorrow, so
heck yeah,
I'm probably gonna be doing that. So I'm not gonna watch.
That's a lot more fun than watching them.
Yeah,
honestly. calling the
watching
games.
Oh,
the
totally.
Broncos and
Yeah.
Saints play.
Definitely. Rattler versus Knicks. What a matchup we got brewing.
We're gonna
here,
get to
guys.
that. Yeah, we
What a
got.
We'll get to
matchup
that in
we
our
got
We'll get to
brewing.
that in our pick'em. Really quick, NHL season just kicked off.
Yep.
First week of the season, first 5 games for most of the teams. Not doing really good in our early season hockey bets. We're 1-4, but I wanted to just lay out there if anybody is tuning in right now. There's a few division bets that I got to put out there, and a couple future bets that I like to put out there for the people. I quickly ran over last week some of the early Stanley Cup favorites. I put in a couple futures, boys. I got the Toronto Maple Leafs to come out of the Eastern Conference at 7-1. They are a wagon this year. They got Nylander. They got Austin Matthews. They got one of the best young goaltenders in hockey. Their defense and their blue line has been reestablished through the draft. They got 3 guys from Russia in free agency that have just came over from the KHL, all signed with the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're young. They're inexperienced in the NHL level. Dominant defensemen over in the KHL.
Still got some pro experience.
They have pro experience. They're not going to be afraid of the big moment. And when you're playing with William Nylander and Austin Matthews, who both score 40 goals a year minimum,
takes a little bit off their shoulders.
Takes a little bit
Makes
off
it
their
a little
shoulders.
Very good.
At 7-1, that is and you only need them to come out of just make the cup final. Make the cup final. The Toronto Maple Leafs have been building up for this now for a few years. Okay, to go on a cup run. No Toronto team has made the Stanley Cup since the early 1990s. No Canadian hockey team has won a Stanley Cup since the Toronto Maple Leafs in the early 1990s. I believe that was 92, 93. So it's at some point, Edmonton made it last year. They lost in 7 games to the Florida Panthers in a great series. So Canada is still winless in the Stanley Cup. I think their luck might change this year. Toronto Maple Leafs.
The people disrespect the Canada teams, man.
Way too juicy.
The last futures clip we posted on TikTok, there's a comment on there that is 4 or 5 laughing faces. It's Canada teams not winning the Stanley Cup.
Yes.
They're disrespecting
the
them.
90s, though.
They're disrespecting
I mean,
them.
It's been a while.
Canadian team needs to actually have some,
Edmonton,
success.
let's go.
Gary Bettman's first year. Gary Bettman, absolute clown freaking commissioner. The worst commissioner of all the major sports league. Gotta be in hockey. There's some elite personalities, elite people in NHL. They're just not being shown. And it's not because they don't want to. They go on all these other podcasts, like shout out Spit and Chicklets podcast. Big fan of Spit and Chicklets. Great NHL podcast if you're looking for one. But yeah, to get back to the best, real quick. Toronto Maple Leafs 7-1 to come out of the East. Way, 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 way too juicy. And then, so I bet that last night. And then I also bet, where happened to it? I'm going to,
well, you're looking for that, Jimmy. I wanted to shout out the Utah Hockey Club, man.
Yeah.
Boys,
let's go.
They're cooking so far. Who is even on that team? I don't know, but they're 3-1. They got a game tonight on Victory Plus. What the hell is Victory Plus? Let's go, Utah Hockey Club.
It might be the Mormon hockey television channel.
Well, that would make
the
sense.
Mormon sports channel.
I want to check this roster real quick.
It's,
that team is crazy.
The thing is, man, with these expansion teams, they get to poach other teams. You only can protect.
They have an expansion draft kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they're able to pick players that aren't being protected under the cap rules.
Check it out.
And so they're kind of loaded with some young talent there, just like Vegas was when they became an expansion team.
Fair, yeah.
They stepped in and they were going
Stanley
to the Cup
the first year.
Dude, they had a loaded dude. Matt Stone is a 50 goal scorer in the NHL, and he was on their second line. It wasn't fair early on when Vegas became a team. They had Marc-Andre Fleury and goalie from the Pittsburgh Penguins there. They were a wagon early on, and I think Utah is going to be in the same boat.
This team, it's extremely young. All the birthdays, 1996 is the oldest guy.
Dang, wow.
Everybody else got a guy. Logan Cooley, May 4th, 2004. Yeah, this is an extremely young team.
The Golden Knights still doing pretty good, though. 3-1, second in the Pacific Conference. Dude, Edmonton, rough start to the year so far for McDavid and the boys.
Yeah.
1-3.
Yep.
The Avs, We're not going to talk about them and what they're.
They did win last night.
No, they didn't. They're 0-3, Mr.
They-
Jimmy.
They didn't win last night?
Nope. I'm looking right here at their record. 0-3. Not a great start for them. It's early though.
Like we said on Monday, they kind of do pretty bad.
Yeah, they beat the Flyers in overtime last night, brother.
No, we're talking about the Avalanche.
Oh, I
the
thought you were
Oilers
talking about
beat
the
the
Oilers.
Flyers.
Oh, yeah, no.
The
Yeah,
Avs are.
Oh, the
Avs
Avs.
have
Oh, my
not
bad.
won.
I heard Oilers. I apologize.
The Islanders whooped us on Monday.
Their defense has been really bad.
Yeah.
6 goals.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, our first 3 games, they gave up 8 to the Golden Knights and then 6 and 6 to the Blue Jackets and Islanders.
Oh my goodness.
Got the Bruins tonight. Can we get off the schneid? Just get some. Just get a win, man.
Yeah,
or at least
not
give up 6 goals. Let's play some defense here.
Keep it under 3.
That I did find it finally. I'm looking for the division winners. I'm gonna just quickly interject here. Pacific Division winner. Okay, we were just mentioning the Oilers and the Golden Knights. Those teams are the top 2 teams at plus 160, plus 240 for the Knights.
Okay.
My underdog to come out of that division. Great young hockey team. They had Calder, one of the best young players in hockey last year, only getting better. 50 goal scorer already for the Vancouver Canucks, boys.
Oh,
plus 500. The Cougars made a playoff run last year as a wild card
Another
team.
Canada team.
Vegas getting older. Edmonton getting older. Going on a cup run, losing, playing all those games. Is there going to be a lethargic start to the season? We've kind of seen it. Vancouver has started off pretty good. Edmonton started off slacking. Will the Vegas Golden Knights, who have been battling injuries for the last couple of years now, an aging roster, haven't really been able, because their salary cap is so pinched, they're not able to add some of that young talent that other teams are able to add. An underdog to come out of the Pacific Division. I bet it last night, plus 500. Vancouver Canucks, boys. I think that's going to be a team that early on in this season that you're going to, when I do my NHL best bets for games that are coming up, I think you might be hearing the Cougars coming out of Jimmy Cover's mouth a lot. 5-1, Vancouver Canucks. You just got to bet that just simply off the number. Because if Vegas does battle injuries, they're going to fall off. Edmonton, aging team also on a cup run. They start out lethargic. And the Vancouver Canucks, go on an early hot start. That could be all that you need to cash that bet.
Off that. Could secure it off that. Get some tiebreaker games early on him. Another crazy game on Monday was Senators and Kings 7-8 overtime game. And this wasn't even on any of the TVs when we were at the clock tower. We missed out on a banger.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Utah Hockey Club versus the Anaheim Ducks tonight.
Ooh.
Minus 130 for the Utah Hockey Club.
Is the Hockey Club a team that you're going to be betting on this year, Jimmy?
I think so, man. I faded them in my first best bet of the year with the Chicago Blackhawks, and
They took you out.
Brother, I got roll. I was riding the Connor Bedard. How does a team that doesn't even have a freaking name yet win a you can't even be good. You shouldn't have let freaking Gary Bettman, dude. It's Gary Bettman. It's Gary Bettman, dude. They don't even have a freaking name yet.
Nope.
That pisses me off. As a hockey purist.
Comic Sans font that says
Brother,
Hockey Club across the jersey.
What are we doing?
Just a plain black and white and blue jersey.
It's awful. I like some of their intro stuff. It's kind of unique. It's kind of cool. Dude, you cannot have a hockey team. It's sacrilege. You're pissing on the Stanley Cup and Captain Lordo for the Utah Hockey Club. What are we doing?
Why not just pick some teams and have the city vote like the Seahawks?
What should the name be for the Utah? Let's drop some comments, people.
Yeah.
What would you name this
pool.
Utah Hockey Club?
Utah Hockey Club.
The Utah Joseph Smiths?
Right.
That's good. I like the Fighting Taysom Hills. I like that. The BYU alum.
Yeah. Utah. I mean, what is Utah known for? I mean, they're like a desert up there, dude.
Well,
They're
got
gonna.
the salt
You guys ever been to Utah? It's a different
No.
place. It's
No.
don't go. Just drive around.
Alien World.
It's
Alien
different.
World?
Brother, I
I
drove through.
bet.
Brother, I drove through. I was at Lake George one time. Shout out Lake George, beautiful place. Dude, I stopped in, didn't know what it was. I needed gas and I needed to use a bathroom. Brother, I went to a LDS church gas station, water, peanuts, and freaking, for whatever reason, $1 million 1 million bottles of cranberry juice.
What the hell?
Dude, a buzz.
Yo.
Everything that you see, like beer, all of our normal products and a normal people,
They just have
same
cranberry
size, all
juice and water.
G Money, top cranberry juice, bottom water. And it's all like the high LED light. It's like you're walking into a spaceship, dude.
That
Utah
is-
cranberries. We got it.
Yeah, dude,
They're
there
gonna
we
be
go.
just some native animal, honestly. Like they're gonna pick like a cougar, maybe a mountain lion or something. I
could
don't
see
know.
the cougars. I could see that.
The Utah snow leopards.
There you go.
Do they have snow leopards in Utah? They got the mountains.
Bring back a team
Big
with a
mountain.
name like a bobcat or something. That would be pretty sick,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
We lost the Bobcats in the
I
NBA.
did like the Charlotte Bobcats.
Bring back something like
did
that
kinda like
because that's a different kind of team name. I
Shout
think
out
only
Kemba Walker.
Texas State's like the only team that's like a Bobcat.
Yeah, they're the only one in like a major sport I can
Yeah.
think of. Yeah,
Utah
let's go to
versus Anaheim.
Bobcats
Probably
back in
gotta bet it.
professional sports. I love it.
Avalanche versus the Bruins at home tonight.
Ooh.
That's gonna be a rough one. Maybe coming out here to the altitude for Boston. I mean, Boston's one of those top teams in the Eastern Conference that I touched on quickly. When I first did the updates, really intriguing team. Their number you just can't bet for futures right now because they're one of the high favorites to come out of the Eastern Conference, especially to win that division. So we'll see with them. But playing the Avalanche need a win, boys. They're 0-3. Yeah, I thought
that's
you were
really they got to
I
get it
misheard you,
going.
Mercury, but that's crazy, bro. I didn't think
Yeah.
they'd be 0-3 to start the season.
I mean, I'm not sure what's going on. Like McKinnon's healthy, Rantanen's healthy, Kale McCarr is healthy.
I know their goalie Georgiev has started off rough, man. I think his like goals against average is crazy.
Yeah,
could
it's
pull it up. I got
it's
it right here.
6.58.
That's about as bad as there
Dang.
is. 2.5 is like league
Dude,
average.
The backup's 4.6. Yeah, they just
so you got
their
no
goalies
goaltending, no goaltending, and no that. Really, dude. Honestly, like, yeah, that number's really, really bad. Like 6 is like minor league hockey level. I think that falls more on the defense too. If you're just seeing that more shots than, because like I can pull up all that stuff like right here. Hold on. For Colorado, yeah, they're 0-3. Georgiev, it's awful. He's seeing 36 shots a game.
That's
That is
terrible. Yeah.
terrible defense, dude.
I mean,
my
they don't even have.
God.
It's like
Dude,
they
they
don't
gave
even
him-
have the
It's getting
ball. on the other
assaulted.
side
Dude,
of the
they
ice.
gave up that Islanders game. Shout out Clock Tower Grill on Monday, bro. They gave up 39 shots, brother,
Yeah, he's getting assaulted.
and they lost 6-2. Yeah, you're gonna lose 6-2 when you're giving up freaking 40 shots on goal. Igor Sorokin only saw the puck 17 times. So if you're not shooting the puck and then you're seeing the puck, yeah, that's just a bad look. The boys lost to the Columbus Blue Jackets 6-4. That's awful, dude. Columbus is one of the worst teams in hockey.
I forget
That's
there's
tough.
even a hockey team in Columbus.
Yeah, the boy passed away, man. We touched on it earlier on the Revel experience last month when
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was his name?
freaking rest in peace, freaking Johnny Goudreau and his brother.
Oh yeah.
They played
In that
for
bike
Columbus.
accident.
Yeah, the bike accident, dude. And shout out Johnny Hockey. Rest in peace, brother. You're missed in Columbus, that's for sure.
Definitely.
But
Yeah, McKinnon not playing like an MVP though.
Not at all.
I'll say that Avalanche got to get it together. They should. I mean, they should be a playoff team that could make a deep run because they're kept they're stars. The top end of their lineup's good, but we'll see. Still early, long,
really quick, boys.
long season.
Really
Need that
quick.
defense.
Let's touch on it before we go to break. When we come back, we'll have college football and team builder and some pick 'em for you. Liberty Lynx, game number 3, boys. What are we thinking? I got an 11-1 Minnesota Lynx ticket. We are live for that puppy.
That game.
Your boy put $5 on this, just thinking, the Minnesota Lynx at 11-1.
that
Your boy
game
could
one
cash
was
out for
crazy.
$60. That'll help the sports book.
I mean,
That'll get some shout out Jimmy Johns. No free shout outs.
It will.
series shifting back to Minnesota here.
Buddy. What are we thinking? How are we looking?
I mean, they got a few days off to rest up. They stole one in a really exciting game in game 1.
That was awesome.
Dude, yeah,
overtime
Collier,
game, dude.
McBride, and Williams put on a show. And then they came out kind of lackadaisical in game 2. I think he spent a lot of energy and emotion coming out and stealing that game 1 victory. It's tough to come out like basically 2 days later and you gotta do it again against an amped up crowd.
They lose by 14 the next game, so it's like
the New York defense really adjusted. But I think you're gonna have Collier still playing like the best player on the planet right now.
Leads the WNBA with an average of 25.2 points.
Yeah, but been the best player in the playoffs, hands down. Now you got that the way she plays off the crowd too. Courtney Williams, like coming alive at the right point, like was kind of quiet in that Phoenix series, but against the Sun was just a great shot creator and maker. Has been really, really good these first 2 games. The big thing, I want to see McBride and Carlton knock down some threes, but they've done a good job of guarding Ionescu. She really hasn't hurt them from beyond the 3-point line. Their trouble has been defending inside because Jonquel Jones and Stewart have been having pretty good games.
They are eating up. But I like to see that.
I mean,
you see how physical that game can be.
It's really going to come down to who can get the 3 ball going. Because I mean, both right now, I mean, you've got 2 guards that are, 2 forwards that are just basically unstoppable inside. And then Jones has really been a force in the paint for the Liberty. And then Courtney Williams, her game is really that mid range, but like you need the 3 ball shooters who can get that 3 going. That's going to be a big one there.
Just find that rhythm, Courtney Williams, and you'll cash out Jimmy Covers' bet.
I got some funny trends, some interesting trends here. The Minnesota Lynx against the spread trends. The Lynx are 5-0-1 against the spread in their last 6 Wednesday games. The Lynx are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games following a loss against the spread. Over under trends, the Lynx are 4-1 their last 5 games, playing on 2 days rest. So that's an interesting trend. Under is 11-4 in Lynx last 15 games following a loss. So that's interesting too. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't know how to bet this game. I don't think I am going to bet any of these games just because I don't want a loss and have it cut into my profit if the Minnesota Lynx win. Does that make sense?
If anything, I would just do a money line if you really wanted to bet on that one.
I think if it comes down, this is a 7-game series or a 5-game series?
7.
It's a 7-game series?
Yeah.
Okay, so if it goes, I'm going to have to just keep an eye on it because if there's a closeout game for the Liberty, you know what I mean? I can bet the Liberty and cash in a profit since I only bet $5 on 11-1, where I can bet $10, on
it's actually
the Liberty.
It's a best of 5, actually.
Oh, it's a best
they
of 5.
don't do best of 7 in the finals? That's messed up.
So if it's best of 5, that
I mean, the Lynx
same
logic.
logic
At home.
Well, it's 1-1, so best of 5, they need 3 wins.
But they get 2 in a row at home.
Yeah,
the Lynx do
at home. Yeah,
they can just win out here.
Let's go.
They're done.
They stole home court advantage. It's big.
Man. So I'm probably not I have a possible hedging opportunity here where if the Liberty do win, if the Liberty do take sort of a lead and it goes into a game 5 where if the Lynx win, I win $60 guaranteed because I have 11-1 at $5. So, it's $55 profit plus my $5 back. If it's a game 5 situation, I could bet the Liberty, cash that profit off of if the Liberty win, because I know if they lose, I get an 11-1 Minnesota Lynx ticket in the bag. So I can kind of cut into that profit a little bit where maybe I won't win 60. If I bet on the Liberty in game 5, I can, make that profit off of the Liberty winning because I only bet $5 on the Lynx. Is that, yeah. That's just a fun betting angle. I sort of took advantage of that with UConn Christmas last year. I bet UConn at 10-1 to win the national championship. And that was like plus 1,000. So when they got into the national championship game, I put small money on Purdue, because I knew I had $150 in the bank regardless if UConn won. So I bet on Purdue to make up that $10 that I bet. And so, either way, I knew Purdue was going to lose early. First half, it was over.
Oh, yeah.
And I knew that UConn was going to win. They covered in 16 consecutive, all against the spread. 40-point spreads they're covering, no problem. UConn, going back to last year, back-to-back national champions. So I'm going to probably try to do the similar thing here where I have the links at a big ticket where I know I'm going to cash it. I can cut into that profit a little bit, maybe only make $50 profit, but I know if the Liberty win, I can still cash a little bit, regardless.
Still got something
come back
coming your way.
on the back end.
There we go.
Not a bad idea there.
Some betting tips with
little
Jimmy
betting
Covers
tips.
right
Yep,
there.
exactly. It's just a fun
Extra
way to
money.
make a profit. Like,
And these lines on the WNBA games, they honestly I don't see them change very much.
No.
Like
They're
people
kind of
aren't-
locked in.
People aren't really betting too much on it enough
Yeah.
to where it's like
It's gonna move.
fluctuates a lot.
You'll see an over-under. I've seen a couple over-under totals move. Not sure if it was due to injury or not. I don't follow closely enough. But I've seen you do see big point swings with over-under totals, but that's about it.
Yeah.
That's just about it. Because most degenerates are, over-under bettors. So
Well, Jimmy, I'm saying the Lynx close it out. They're going to
I
win
think
2 in a
Go,
row
boys.
at home.
I'm hoping, boys.
Fired up
They're
behind
great
that
at home.
crowd.
Pizza
They
is-
are so good at home.
Pizza's on me, boys, if the Minnesota Lynx win the WNBA finals.
All
Yeah.
right.
And what was that
There we
brand?
go.
They were selling Minnesota Timberwolves tickets. We'll buy Sbarro pizzas on us. Sbarro frozen pizzas on us. You get a free Minnesota Timberwolves ticket. Till the final whistle. We'll be right back. We've got some amazing Week 9 college football matchups to get into quickly before we do team building exercise and our pickup. So stick with us, everybody. I'm Kate.
It's a 5 a.m. hike up the mountain to watch the sunrise. It's saluting the flag in honor of the brave men who died. It's a small piece of land that reaps what you sow, your child's first breath, and then watching them grow. Respecting one another, though you may disagree. You don't hold it against them, that's freedom to me. Some pray to God, some go their own way. We're all raised different, but we're all the same. And it doesn't matter if you disagree. What's freedom to you? That's freedom to me. It's riding a trusty old horse down a dusty dirt road, casting your fly line in a stream that nobody knows. It's spending your life with the girl of your dreams and being a grandpa like mine was to me, and building a business without a degree. 'Cause you worked your ass off, that's freedom to me. Some were raised hunting, some think that's a shame. We're all taught different, but we're all the same. And it doesn't matter if you disagree. What's freedom to you? That's freedom to me. There's 50 to choose from, pick one and be free. I don't tell you how to live, so don't do that to me. Some were raised hunting, some think that's a shame. And we're all taught different, but we're all the same. And it doesn't matter if you disagree. What's freedom to you? That's freedom to me. Some pray to God, some go their own way. But we're all raised different, but we're all the same. And it doesn't matter If you disagree, what's freedom to you? That's freedom to me. What's freedom to you? That's freedom to me.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Till the final whistle. Military
Let's
Broadcast
go.
Radio. I'm your host, Jimmy Covers, with Caveman and HG at the Toxic Table. Caveman, we already ran over our Monday night recap at Clock Tower Grill. Shout out to HG for setting that up. Great spot. We're going to have many more in store for you for sure. Did some WNBA, MLB playoffs, and some NHL. We're going to get into some college football week 9 matchups. Mercury,
Got a lot of them ahead of
who
us.
are we watching on Friday night, buddy?
All right, Friday night we got a couple of intriguing matchups. The worst one, FSU Duke. I mean, could be intriguing because Duke 5-1, FSU complete opposite end of the spectrum, might be competitive for them if they're trying to turn that season around. But then we got 1-5 Purdue taking on the Oregon Ducks. That's a 27.5 point line.
Man,
for the Ducks there.
let me tell y'all.
But Caveman had an interesting stat about Purdue in primetime games.
The last two, and this is like prime time for it to happen. Mid-season, Purdue always has a primetime home game. The last two, they played an undefeated ranked team, and they won back to back. So they're 2-0 in the last two primetime home games against an undefeated ranked team. They've completed the upset. Can the Boilermakers do it? They got the train horn blasting in their stadium the whole time. It annoys me on the video game. It better annoy the Ducks because I'm not going to bet nothing on that, but I'm just going to sweat without betting. I'm going to hope that Purdue wins.
You play to win the
Let's
game.
go. Let's
Later
go Boilermakers.
that night, undefeated BYU hosting the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Interesting matchup there. Oklahoma State,
Big 12
was
matchup.
supposed to be one of the top dogs in the Big 12. They fell off. They're 500 right now. BYU
9-point favorites.
might be the new favorites to win the Big 12 with how they're playing. 13th ranked team in the country. Interesting matchup to watch there. Like, we'll see what happens with it.
Ooh,
BYU's
man.
at home.
Oklahoma State's kind of
hype.
fallen off, boys.
They really have, yeah.
They really have. I mean, I know they got a running back there who's an absolute stud.
Ollie Jordan.
They got us
outside of him.
He's got competition for best running back.
Their
though.
offensive rank right now is 125th out of 140 teams.
They
have no quarterback play.
Yeah,
72.
They can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
Everyone's stacking the
They're
box
ranked-
against their running back.
Their offensive rank for passing yards is 72nd in the country.
Goodness.
They have a 120th ranked defense, and they give up the third most passing yards in the country.
All right.
So what's the
your defense is bad, or
give
your
us the
offense
stats
is
on that
also
Utah offense? Because this Utah offense, I mean, not Utah, BYU, they can put up some points.
They can, sir.
bad. Whooped up on K-State.
Man, smacked them like 41-9.
BYU offense, they are 71st in yards, 50th in yards per play. Their total offense is ranked 50th right now.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. Their defensive rank right now is 120th, so pretty bad also along with Oklahoma State. They do have a lot of turnovers. They're 30th in the country in turnovers, so that'll help your offense get the ball and score a lot of points. Yeah, about a middle of the pack offense basically. But some of the teams that they've played, and they're also They're also top 50 in sacks, so that's definitely going to help you.
Oh,
they
yeah.
get 2.8 sacks
With bad
a game.
quarterbacks on your
Yeah.
team. Yeah.
Yeah. So with some of the game, I mean, they've played BYU's. They played No, they're playing UCF next, Utah, and Kansas. I don't know, man. They played Arizona, Baylor, Kansas State. They won 38-9 against Kansas State, a frisky Kansas State team. They blew out Wyoming, SMU. They were in a dogfight with SMU, 18-15. It's an interesting matchup. Yeah, BYU, I don't know, man. Like, I think that's just going to be a team that's going to be playing a bunch of bad teams down the stretch. So if they like run the table, you know, that's what we were talking about, man. This college football playoff, BYU, Pitt. So there's some intriguing teams that are undefeated.
Indiana.
There's going to Indiana. Shout out Indiana leading the Big Ten right now. Great
Army,
point,
Navy.
Mercury. You know, it's like, are you going to put one of these like BYU teams in the final 12 when they're playing Kansas and like really bad Oklahoma State? I don't know, man. Like,
and all of a sudden,
probably
it's
the
like
best team that they played is Kansas State by far.
round one, they're up
If
against
they
the
get in at
Georgia
the 12,
or
Tennessee. You know,
if they get in at the 12, it makes
in Ohio
sense.
State.
I would love to see BYU take their talents up to Boise State and go see what that action is about with the Boise State Cowboys.
That would be a good matchup.
That would be an intriguing game.
Another Friday night matchup that you mentioned that could be intriguing. Fresno State, Nevada, little Mountain West rivalry.
Love rivalry games.
Those always are very interesting, and it's a late night game. Those like late night West Coast teams.
8:30 p.m.
Hey,
Love it.
They get crazy.
Yeah, they do.
All right, moving over to Saturday. A lot of intriguing matchups here. As you mentioned, undefeated Indiana hosting Nebraska. One
Great
of the early games
Big
here.
Ten
Great
matchup
game.
there.
Indiana, they're 6.5 point favorites, so that's touchdown favorites basically at home against Nebraska. Very interesting line there. Well, definitely going to be paying attention to that one and looking at that. Couple of intriguing ACC matchups. Virginia's 4-2. They're going to Clemson. The Tigers got themselves back up to the 10th ranked team in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
You got Miami hosting 4-2 Louisville. Miami 6-0, the 6th ranked team in the nation. That could be another team where it'd be interesting to see them go up against like an Army or a BYU. Speaking of Army, they are hosting Eastern Carolina. Should be another blowout win for the Black Knights. Caveman pointed this game out. Michigan, Illinois. That's a pretty huge Big Ten game here.
Both are they're falling back in the top 25, especially Michigan. The 24 and 22 matchup.
Yeah.
So that one that's pretty big for the Big Ten.
Illinois was unfairly pushed back really far because they lost they lost to Penn State.
Yeah.
And what was a pretty close game.
Really close
in
game.
Beaver Stadium.
Illinois had the lead in that game for
They
most
did.
of the game.
Well, like it was tied 7-7 for a lot of the game too. I feel like Illinois just that they were judged too harshly on that one loss.
agree.
Like playing a good team.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you're fighting Irish. They got a sneaky good Georgia
That's
Tech
gonna
team.
bring us.
Ooh.
That is in Georgia Tech. Before we cut,
That's going to bring us to Jimmy Covers. Quick best bet breakdown. Georgia Tech, 11.5 versus Notre Dame. Notre Dame, Riley Leonard against this Georgia Tech defense. Their secondary, they get after the quarterback. The quarterback, any quarterback that beats Georgia Tech, they have to stand in the pocket and throw the ball. Notre Dame's weakest, standing in the pocket and throwing the football.
They're not great against the run either.
They're not great against the run. Give me Georgia Tech and 11.5 points. I do think Notre Dame wins. I do think Georgia Tech comes in,
covers spread for
covers the 11.5 points. If it was 10, I might look Notre Dame because I think like the 9.5, I think it falls 10. Getting 1.5 points here, I made the number 10. So I see 1.5 points differential between the line that I make and the sports books. Give me Georgia Tech 11.5 points.
There you go. That's not a bad one. Honestly, I think you're right about that one there.
11.5, too many points.
That's way too many. What are those other matchups you're about to point out there, HG?
okay, well, we have two absolutely massive SEC matchups this week. Alabama going to Nashville to play the Tennessee Vols.
Oh,
Bama
Knoxville.
3 point. Oh, Knoxville, my bad.
Knoxville.
Bama is they're 3-point road favorites.
Ooh, good job.
That's crazy to me. I don't. Bama's been bad the past 2 weeks. They barely escaped South Carolina. Vanderbilt beat them. And what was more so a home game for Alabama, there was more Bama fans there due to the stadium construction and Vandy sections being closed down. And yet, upset by the Commodores, barely escaping the Gamecocks. Tennessee, man, they're a good team.
That's a great football
Real
team.
good team. Knoxville's going to be bumping. Last time Bama went into Knoxville, we remember what happened. Hendon Hooker, the boys took Bama down to the wire in a shootout, won it on the last second field goal.
52-49 in a
That was an
high-scoring
amazing game. I think we're in store for
34-20.
That was in Bama.
I was in
Correct
Bama,
me,
yes,
right?
sir. Yes, it
So
was.
this, dude, and like now,
plus 130 home underdogs on the money line.
That's
I'm probably
insane
gonna.
to
I
me.
can't make that one of my best bets. I am not confident in that Tennessee money line. I'm not that ballsy.
I do like Tennessee here, though.
I do like Tennessee here
I think
too,
they get the
Mercury.
win here.
I'm with you, brother.
I'm going Volunteers. It's tough to bet this one because these are two really
Watch
good
Caveman.
teams.
Caveman's gonna pick Alabama. He's
No way, I'm going
gonna
Tennessee on
Let's
this one.
go.
I like
Let's
Tennessee.
go.
I can't. I was the
Let's
first one to
go.
say that Vanderbilt broke Bama because I was
Let's
watching.
go.
I watched that South Carolina Bama game with a close eye because that's a big matchup, and I woke up early enough to actually catch it.
There you go.
So
And then the other one here, this could be the game for the number 1 seed if Oregon drops a game later in the season, Oregon or Penn State. But Texas right now, number 1 in the nation, 6-0. Quinn
Here it
Ewers
is.
is healthy. They got
Didn't
the
look too good
Georgia
last week though.
Bulldogs. That's true. He didn't look that good. Now he's
Didn't
got to
look
play the
that good.
Georgia Bulldogs coming in. It could be Rust. You are injured. Getting back into the flow of the offense.
That's fair.
We'll say, but against this Georgia defense, you don't want to have any rust showing.
They last
He's going to
played
need to play his best.
This is their first game since 2019 in a January 1st bowl game where Texas won 28-21. Shout out the Fighting Charlie Strongs in the UT Longhorns.
Texas 3.5-point home favorites. Who do we got in this one, guys?
Ooh, I gotta lean Georgia here, brother.
I'm taking Texas.
I'm leaning Georgia.
I'm leaning Georgia just because I don't think there's going to be any undefeated teams this year.
I don't either.
Well,
I got to go Georgia on the road. 3.5. That's a 1-point game. Plus 155 on the money line. See, my thing is in a game like this, Mercury, Texas can win. Texas can win. I'll make that point. I'll put that over the air.
They can.
Texas can win. Will they
can.
win? That's the question. Will they win? Tough game. Georgia's played in these environments. I don't know if Texas has played an opponent that is as physical at the point of attack. They're still playing a bit of a Big 12 offensive style. They need it to be sort of like this cushiony, open offense. Georgia is going to muddy the waters and see if Texas can play in the chaos. It is going to be a chaotic environment. Obviously, Texas having the home field advantage will help for sure. But Georgia has gone on the road and has shown an ability to go on the road and win big games. Plus 155. If Texas was the home underdog, I'm taking Texas. But whoever's the underdog in this game, 3.5 points to me in a 1-point football game, like a last-second field goal to win it by 1. And then if you do win it with a last-second field goal, you win by a hook. I got to go Georgia plus 3.5. And a little sprinkle, a little birthday cupcake sprinkle of Georgia plus 155 on the money line. That's probably where I'm leaning, brother.
All right. We were talking about it on the Monday show, how the pageantry college football does play into a lot of the home field there. I think Texas is busting out all the stops. I've been to Austin. Man, they're crazy about
They're big.
Hype it
their
up,
Longhorns
Mercury.
down
I
there.
like it. Hype it up.
I think this is like the matchup of the century so far for Texas.
That's how I feel.
At least of the decade here and there, first, year in the SEC. This is your biggest matchup of the year. against who's really been the top dog of the SEC the past few years. That place is going to be buzzing. I think that these Longhorns,
buzzing.
I think the home team's going to feed off of that, and I mean it's going to be a crazy close game. There's going to be a lot of nerves early. I think we're going to see some sloppy play and some turnovers from the offenses early on, just because those defenders are going to be flying around. But towards the end of the game, I give me Texas to make the right plays down the stretch and win
Good
it.
point, brother. Good point.
It's gonna be a fantastic game. That's our primetime game on ABC. Definitely tune in. You
Definitely
don't want
watch
to
that.
miss that one. And then I'm just gonna point out one more intriguing game that I see here. UNLV, Oregon State. That game's in Oregon State. UNLV, man, 7.5-point favorites. But those Beavers, they ain't been bad this year. They can put up some points. We've seen UNLV scoring a lot of points there as well. Definitely think you should take the over in this game. It's not loading up on the here for me, but I would take the over on this one. Going to be an intriguing
for what game, brother?
UNLV, Oregon State. It's an intriguing late night game.
What's the number?
I can't get it to load. But
Florida, Kentucky.
That's another interesting one.
One.
They're like two teams that are 3-3 at 500, but they've been good. I mean, Kentucky obviously beat Ole Miss. Florida took Tennessee to overtime in Knoxville.
That spread is 7, and the number is 61.5 to the over.
I mean, I'm seeing this game go like the overtime.
Definitely. Who's got the home field there? Is that in Florida?
It's in Oregon State.
We're talking
Florida, Kentucky. I'm sorry. I apologize, boys. That is Florida at home against Kentucky.
Okay.
1 point favorites. -103 money line for Florida and -112 money line for Kentucky. The number on that is 42.5. I would probably bet the under. I'd probably bet the under in that game.
On Kentucky, Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't think 20 points are going to be scored in that game. I think that
for
final
sure.
score is like 16-13, something like that.
Oh, that gonna be a classic SEC
Something
battle. Right there.
yeah, like a dumb game that finishes like 9-6 in overtime or something.
But still has a lot of big plays in it. That make
right.
you really
Where
like.
Yeah, like Ricky Pearsall, he had a I think they only scored like 1 point that his entire time he was in Florida. Like one touchdown, and then he's like, nope, I'm out. See you later. I got to get out of here.
Or take it off. Oklahoma, they could very easily be 4-3 by the end of the week. They got South Carolina. Gamecocks, man, they really had Bama. I think they'll be fired up. Oklahoma's look, very mortal, and they've struggled mightily in the SEC.
Yeah, it's a tough welcome to the new conference for them. Texas is kind of handling their own for now, but man, Oklahoma's had a tough going at it.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for our college football preview. We're going to get into Team Builder here in just a second, but let us know, what matchups you're watching this weekend in college football. A lot of great games. It's going to be another great week of college sports. And we'll see, man. There could be some major shakeups to the top 25 here. We could see some teams in spots we haven't seen them in before, ever really. It's a possibility a team like BYU is going to be ranked higher than Tennessee or Alabama.
Michigan.
I mean, we've already got Iowa State's a higher rank than Tennessee.
They're the 9th ranked team in the country, Iowa State.
6-0 Iowa State Cyclones too. They got they have another game. They're playing, who is it? UCF. So that's another one there. They should be all right there.
They can win that one. There's a Big 12 match they can get.
Navy's got Chattanooga this week. Charlotte. They got Charlotte this week.
Well, still.
So midshipmen,
a MAC team they're gonna take down easy.
I think they're going to 6-0 now.
Easy.
That game's in Annapolis. So another one there for the midshipmen.
Got them.
God, it's going to be a great week in the college sports and then NFL sports.
The
Thank you.
spin is loud on that thing. Holy crap! that was the random wheel spinning. It was that. There we go.
Oh, boys. Yeah, Jimmy covers not.
There we go.
Not happy
I
about that
got
one.
I was trying to find the one that we used for last week.
Well, let's get into it, everybody.
All right.
Team building exercise.
Team building exercise.
And I'm putting together a special team.
Let's
All
get
right.
into it.
We're building ourselves a fantasy football team again this week. Two running backs, quarterback, 2 wide receivers, tight end, flex, kicker, defense, and special teams. We'll also take a few bench guys of each position to just in case we got injuries. First one up,
New
York
Football Giants.
Man, is Malik Neighbors going to be healthy? Who are they playing this week?
Giants?
Yeah, let's make sure they don't
Let's
have a bye,
double
too.
check. If they're on a bye, that should be one that we skip.
Giants play the Eagles in New York.
Oh, this is interesting. What's Malik Neighbors' status?
He's probably out, boys.
That's and Devin Singletary, give me the update on him.
Man, brother. That is tough.
Because I mean I like Tyrone Tracy here.
I would probably go him as like our backup.
Yeah, we could throw him as like our bench running back just in case.
Yeah.
All right, Tyrone Tracy.
I like that.
He'll be the stand-in for injuries. He's our backup RB. Give us our next spin here, Mr. Covers. We are gonna get the
brutal.
Raiders.
We gotta go Brock Bowers.
Yeah,
I think so, right?
Easily.
Yeah, tight end.
Gotta go.
All right. Brocky Bowers is joining the squad.
Here we go.
Who are the Raiders playing this week?
Raiders are playing the Rams in LA.
Oh, okay.
Is that the
We're
Bears?
up to what, week 7?
Says shit. Oh, it's Browns.
The Browns.
The Browns.
Oh,
man, I was gonna say Amari Cooper, but
can't go Amari
that
Cooper.
ball game is over.
You get Nick Chubb back.
Is Chubb back? But I mean, how's he going to play coming off of an
I
injury?
gotta go their kicker, brother.
Who is
That's
there?
not a
What
bad
is that?
idea.
Is it Hopkins still?
Yeah.
Dustin Hopkins?
Yeah.
All right, man. Dustin
I'll take
Hopkins.
it.
I mean, if we're gonna have to
I'll
go
take
somebody,
it.
we're gonna have to go kicker there. You know, 'cause
Yeah.
they don't really have much.
No.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Boy, that's a tough one.
I say we just go with the kicker.
Yeah, Dustin Hopkins. Welcome to the squad.
Because their defense isn't going to do too
let's
much.
go.
Packers.
Pick your 40 burger. Who do you want?
Who do they got this week?
We play at home the Houston Texans.
At home
baby.
against the Texans.
So
This will be a good one.
me personally, in this situation, I'd like to try to convince you guys just to go Jordan Love at quarterback because
That works for me.
He could probably have 3 touchdown passes one to Jaden Reed, 1 to Christian Watson, 1 to Tucker Kraft. So you could go obviously, one of those 3 guys. I would rather just take like the double points and just like capitalize on all the touchdowns throw. I'd probably just go Jordan Love.
I like
know
that.
we're
I was
going
going to say Jordan Love.
Honestly, though, my tier 2 guy that I would say that I think is going to have a huge game, that I think is going to have a bigger game than Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs coming out party. Houston Texans cannot stop the run. I think we're going to run all over the Houston Texans. I think our best defense is going to keep C.J. Stroud in that offense, no Nico Collins, off the field.
Keep him off
You
the field.
do that by running the football. The Bills try to do that with the Jets. Jets try to do that with the Bills. You see that a lot more early on in these games. I would like to try to convince you guys just to go Josh Jacobs, but my guy for right now, honestly, I probably got to go Jordan Love.
I mean, if Drake May threw 3 touchdowns on the Texans in his first start.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
I feel like Jordan Love will have at least 3.
Yeah.
Jordan Love.
Let's go Jordan Love.
That's a safe pick. Even though pretty much anyone on this team, you got a safe pick.
Yeah, the
Going
Packers,
for
man.
fantasy.
We could get them over and over.
Ooh,
again.
almost got him again.
Dang, the
Cardinals.
Cards.
Brutal. Trey McBride, baby.
We already got a tight end.
Flex.
Oh,
Could
we're
put
saying
him
you
in
can do the tight end flex too.
I mean, Trey McBride balling. Oh, actually,
Most
hold
of
on,
my
hold on.
all of my leagues were able to do tight end flex.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't in mine too. Well, I'm out in guillotine league, so it doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's playing the Chargers, dude, at home on Monday Night Football.
Ooh,
I mean,
that's
okay.
not bad. I mean, you got a really pretty decent.
Oh yeah, we already got
defense,
Brock
though,
Bowers
with,
over there for the Raiders. I'd probably go McBride, brother.
McBride is our flex.
No, you could. We're probably gonna get. We're taking a chance on the wheel, brother.
Yeah. See, we got.
Yeah.
We can go James Conner.
We could put Kyler as our backup.
No Marvin Harrison.
That's just a cheat. That's just cheating. We could put McBride as our backup just in case Brock Bowers doesn't play.
Okay.
Because he's been kind of banged up, and who knows what that team's going to look like next week.
All right.
Let's
Let's just put McBride as our
Let's
backup.
try that out.
Let's do this.
Because I would love to put him in as the flex, but also I feel like we can get somebody better at the flex there. You know what I'm saying?
We got
The
Buffalo
Bills.
Bills, baby. Are we going to Amari Cooper breakout game week 1?
No, Amari Cooper's actually one of my sits of the week. Right?
Ooh, I like it.
Dude, look, him and Adams. We're gonna just get we're gonna get in the sits of the week real quick.
Yeah.
I'd say
There you
stay
go.
away from that. I mean, you're coming to a new team off of a short week. We always get disappointed with the first game because the guys are still learning the playbook. You know, they're adjusting to the new offense and the new team. And I mean, they're coming. These guys got traded on Tuesday, so you've got basically 5 days to get ready for a game. If you're looking to play them in fantasy football, they might still be able to add to some contributions on the field, but fantasy value, I think, is just going to be way down.
Yeah.
I like to usually give them a two, at least like the game after their first, or the 2 games out before they really start to hit their stride and get it going. But it's very rarely do we see them like instantly, come to a team and just on a short week and then just immediately put up stats.
It's hard to do.
That's fair.
Like you said, you go on a new playbook.
Do we want to go
thing.
Ray David or Ray Davis
could.
for RB2?
It depends. Is James Cook going to be
James Cook coming
playing?
back?
Because I think that'll limit Davis's, his.
Do we have
his
a defense?
touches. We don't. Could do the Bills defense. Who are
Bills
they
defense.
playing here?
Bills are playing.
Depends, because I'm not. If they're playing a good offense,
dude,
They play the
they're playing
Titans.
The Titans. Gotta go Bills defense.
Heck yeah.
Well, hang on. Is he playing?
They'll be playing Will Levis. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing the defense. Okay, I thought we
Yeah.
were picking James Cook.
Nah.
Yeah, Will Levis is gonna.
Even if it's Mason Rudolph.
Brutal.
The Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Dang it, we just took a defense.
I know.
Tough. Do we take Russell Wilson as the backup?
No, we probably got to go George Pickens.
Pickens?
He's had really quiet weeks.
Yeah.
And if they're starting Russell Wilson, I'm expecting
Catches a deep
another
ball.
one. I think
We do him as our flex.
either
That'd be a good
George Pickens at flex, or we go and get like Najee Harris or Jalen Warren.
We could go Najee RB2. He'd be a decent
Steelers,
RB2.
they got the Jets on Sunday Night Football.
Ooh. Well, I mean,
I
we
mean,
saw
we did see the Jets get run all over, and that's what the Steelers like to do.
Yeah.
I think Najee's solid here. He's probably good for a touchdown.
he'll be, and they actually got a starter.
Yeah.
Give him 20 carries against the Jets' crappy run defense. If
Yeah.
they're playing like they were on Monday.
Say Najee RB2 then here.
I like it.
All right.
Yeah.
Najee Harris.
And I think there's going to be some red zone running opportunities for the Steelers. And I think he's getting a lot of the
definitely
touches down there at the red zone.
It's good being a power back and being the running back one. You're staying in on those red zone opportunities, getting all the fantasy points.
Ooh, there we go. We got some
Vikings.
action.
The Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
Jettas at wide
Got
receiver
to.
one.
Got to.
Easy against that terrible Detroit.
They're playing the
secondary.
Lions.
Yeah,
Playing the Lions. Unless they got Brian Branch on him, dude, he's going to just light him up. They can't have Brian Branch on only him.
No. And he's a safety. He's not even a cover DB.
Let's get another spin here. I like that. That's a good one. Couldn't ask for a better spin.
There we go. Seahawks.
Okay.
DK.
DK, do a.
Oh, actually, who do the Seahawks? I think the Sea Chickens are playing.
They do play, yeah. The only teams on bye are the Cowboys and Bears this week.
That's right.
Cowboys and Bears on bye.
Seahawks, Falcons in
Seahawks,
Atlanta.
Falcons.
Yeah, that should be a.
I'd probably
Or
go DK.
I mean, Kenneth Walker though.
Jackson Smith and Jigba at flex.
That's true too.
Kenneth Walker, it's true.
Atlanta's run defense isn't too great though. I mean, Walker's been.
What do we need?
A beast. We need a running back, wide receiver too, and a flex still for in our starting lineup. We need 2 running backs still, actually. No, we don't.
We just need 1 running back, a receiver, flex, and QB wide receiver for the
Kenny
bench.
Walker.
Okay, walk for
I like
RB1.
that.
Kenny Walker. I like.
We'll take K9.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of been a beast this year too. Let's be honest.
Yep. Battling through injury too. He's only out for a week. Still coming back
still
strong.
good pick. Still a good pick.
Oh, the Commanders.
Let's go, Scary Terry, baby.
Scary
at flex.
Do the flex. I like that.
Flex is
dude.
big brain right there.
Yeah.
Boom. Scary
Our flex
Terry
has been carrying us because 2 weeks ago we had Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
He had almost 30
Let's
points
go.
that week.
Let's go. Oh, let's
Oh,
go.
Paxton.
Let's go.
Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed.
I like it.
Jaden Reed.
Questionable with the ankle, but he's going to play.
No, he's playing.
He's playing.
He's been
Ankle injury, they're playing.
We got Jaden Reed and Chavez. Oh, we're feasting. So we just need a backup
And Scary
QB.
Terry, son. And Scary Terry.
Yeah.
Backup QB, backup wide
Let's
receiver.
go. We got him. Patty Mahomes. Let's
Just
ride.
as our backup
The
QB.
backup QB's
Let's
Patrick
do
Mahomes.
this.
Let's go.
I like it. What else do we need, boys? One more
Just
spin?
backup wide receiver,
Backup
just in
wide
case one of these
receiver.
guys don't play.
And
got
Deontay. Oh,
Deontay
never mind.
Johnson.
Titans. So we can just go D Hop.
Calvin Ridley or D-Hop.
Calvin Ridley.
I'd go Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley.
If there's gonna be a guy that gets going, I think it'll be Calvin Ridley.
Perfect.
He's going to use that speed on him.
I could not agree more.
Give us a rundown on that team.
Alrighty, boys. So the Till the Final Whistle Team Builder Fantasy Team this week is going to comprise of Jordan Love, Kenneth Walker, and Najee Harris. Wide receivers are going to be Jay Jettas and Jaden Reed. We're going to have Brock Bowers as the tight end. The flex is Scary Terry McLaurin. Our kicker is Dustin Hopkins from the Browns. And we got the Bills defense. The bench, just in case any of these guys don't play. At our skilled positions, we got Patty Mahomes, Tyrone Tracy Jr. from the Giants, Calvin Ridley of the Titans, and Trey McBride of the Arizona
I
Cardinals.
like it, boys. I like that.
Pretty stacked team
I
this
like
week. I could see this being a 180 week from these fellas. I mean, I like this. There's some good matchups for these guys.
I think we got a good team.
We
I like
do.
that. I like it.
So we will we'll tally it up.
We'll keep you informed. We'll keep
I
you
don't
updated
think we
on
got
TikTok.
anybody from the Monday night games unless McBride plays.
Unless McBride, yeah.
Because
We might have to flex
it's
him in. If Brock
it's Ravens.
Bowers,
What's his name?
Ravens, Bucks,
Bucks, and then Chargers, Cardinals.
Cardinals, yeah.
So we'll know on Monday how the team did again, unless Bowers doesn't play for some reason.
Yep.
Then we'll just have to wait on McBride.
I like it.
All right, fellas. That's going to complete team building exercise. It's time to get into the pick'em.
Everybody open it up. Runyourpool.com.
Runyourpool.com till the final whistle. Pick'em. So before we jump into the picks, quick update on the week 6 results. Our man Carter, 13-1. What is that? He went crazy.
Cooking up.
Overlord Maverick was 12-3. We had a couple of guys at 11-3. Multiple people at 10-4. And then me and K-Man, we were 9th and 10th. I was 9-5. He was 8-6. But that's all right. We're coming back with a vengeance this week. Season standings, Kyle still in the lead. I'm 5 games behind him, though. He's got 53. I've got 48.
He pulled ahead after this week.
Caveman is hot on my tail with 47 wins. Jimmy covers at 46. Jimmy Star is rapidly approaching you. She's been telling me she's coming for you. She's trying to catch you.
Where's she at? I need to look at this blasphemy.
She's in 5th, right behind you. 41-35. We got I Know Nothing, 40-20. He's been great since joining the league. And Carter, man, late joiner. He's only been with the Pick'em a few weeks. 33-11.
Good job, Carter.
Man's been
Way to
lights
go.
out with
You're
his
killing
picks.
it, man.
The
Absolutely.
Chiefs
Killing it with the
27 and
picks.
17 is pretty good too.
That is true. Yep. Yeah, the cheese. So those are the year-to-date leaderboards, but we're gonna
Kyle
jump
is
into it.
53 and 39.
Yeah.
Doing
What a
pretty well.
lunatic.
He's
Should we
doing pretty
like
well.
do we need to like can we like kneecap? Can we like seal his phone so he can't like make the picks for a week? You know, like what are we doing?
I'll hit up his
You know.
wife or something.
Can we
See-
like kick
see
Carter out
what
of the
she
league
can
for
do.
a week and then like bring him back in? You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah,
I'll
come on,
I'll
HG.
lock him out this
You're the
year.
commissioner
out,
in
yeah.
this, man.
What are we
No,
doing?
It's all
We
You got to
need
get corrupt with
we
it.
need a Gary Bettman this shit.
We're-
Gary.
It's all
Start getting
fair here
corrupt,
until the
HG,
final
the
whistle.
That's
pick 'em,
right. I
buddy.
like it, dude. I like it. I like
We ride with our picks whether we win or lose.
That's right.
That's right.
Hey, if we don't want them to beat us, we just got to get good, fellas. That's all I'm
That's
going
it.
to say.
That's true.
Let's do it.
True.
It starts week 7. Let's jump into it.
Oh,
You already
God.
know who me and Caveman
Oh,
are rocking
God.
Oh man.
on Thursday Night Football. My Denver Broncos. He's going with his New Orleans Saints.
I'm picking the Saints. I'm picking the Saints every week, even if I think they're gonna lose. So
Losers.
I have a guaranteed loss every week.
If
boys.
you missed the Monday night watch party, we made a little friendly bet during the game. Whoever's team loses, we're gonna have to get our hair dyed. So I might have Saints gold hair, or Caden's gonna have Broncos orange.
Yep.
Depending on the outcome of this game, we're both pretty nervous. Who knows what's gonna happen?
Hopefully they tie.
Yeah, dude,
Hopefully
yes.
they tie, and then we have to think of something that we both have to do or
What if-
something.
It's the Sean Payton Bowl, boys. I can be.
It's his first
convinced,
time back.
You know, I mean, who? Somebody needs to convince me who's going to win this game.
Go Broncos.
Dude, I don't.
Bo Nix is gonna rush for 130 yards.
I think that the Saints defense needs to step it up, or we're gonna get smacked. We're gonna make the Broncos look really good if our defense does not play well. Because you told me
I
on
wanna bet
Monday,
the Saints so bad. I've been riding the Kubiaks.
but we got Rattler, Noah Olave. You know, we're like the most injury-prone team in the league.
Yeah, dude. You'd bet on Peyton?
H is betting on Sean Payton.
I think
I
the
would
Saints
bet
are gonna
on Sean
lose, man.
Payton because no worse loss or win would come from a coach that is scoring from a previous team.
All right, well there you go.
True. Yeah, the point there. That's why I think he's going to win it. It's his first time back in New Orleans since leaving the team. So I think he's going to either come back and win or lose in like some heartbreaking. There's no way that the Saints are going to have a prolific offensive day like they did in week 1 or week
Sean
2 with
Payton's-
Spencer Rattler.
He's gonna go and do his coaching bag. No Pat Surtain, but no Chris Olave as well.
You know, we got
So-
we got like Riley Moss is going up against Tipton this game, guys. Let's go. Bub Means is going to get called up, guys.
Who is the Saints wide receiver too? Because A.T. Perry's gone, isn't he?
It's pretty much Rashid Shaheed.
It's Rashid Shaheed, man. The need for Shaheed.
Yeah, we need him to have a big game. He's going to have to take like 4 punt returns
I just
back.
made my picks.
He's going to have to make 4 punt returns back and like 2 40-yard bombs
All
over the
right.
top.
Well, me and K, man, you know who we're rocking with. Who'd you go with, Jimmy?
I went with the Denver Broncos.
All
Let's
right, let's
ride.
I
go.
think they're going to
I got to go Sean Payton. As soon as Joel said it, I was like,
Dude.
you know what? I'm not going to nuke it.
Imagine this head of hair, but bright orange.
Oh,
It's
man.
gonna be
It's going to be
amazing.
awesome.
Make sure you get the spray paint so it's washable immediately and we don't fuck up your beautiful
We're not
dress,
getting
Daniel.
anything too crazy here.
Yeah.
You know, but you'll see it
Get the
live in
kids' little-
studio
yeah.
for the football frenzy
Yeah.
next Monday.
I say you
You'll
gotta
see it live.
you gotta keep it for at least a week.
I'll keep it. You know, if I got to leave before the Wednesday show, it's getting washed.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I'm just going to wear a hat, honestly. We'll see what happens. But you'll see it live in studio
I
for
say
the
this.
show, Football
You
Frenzy.
just got to make a TikTok. And then after the TikTok.
You gotta have the hair change for one show. That's
Yeah.
it. We gotta have it.
Gotta have it
for
for at
Monday
least
for,
one
for
show.
Monday
Football
for
Frenzy.
Monday Football Frenzy. And then Tuesday you got to make the TikTok and then you're clean.
At least one show.
Yeah. One show and one TikTok.
And I'm going to keep making bets like that. There was a guy, he bet on Ohio State to beat Oregon. He said after
Yeah. had to eat
10,000 peeps or something.
No, he has to eat. He had to eat
Yeah.
10 peeps for every point Oregon scored. So this guy's got to eat 320
320
peeps. I wonder what happened to the K-State guy that said he'd shove a beefy 5-layer up his butt.
Well,
if
that was the old
BYU
coach Bill Snyder who said that.
What?
Yeah, that was.
Oh
the-
my God.
That was the iconic Bill Snyder who dropped a freaking truth bomb all over Manhattan local sports radio.
That's
He's
hilarious.
like, I'll stick a beefy 5-layer burrito up my butt if K-State loses. They go out, they lay a goose egg in the second half, crack, and
Yeah.
they lose.
Oh, they got smacked.
They
By,
got
it was against
smacked
BYU
against
too. He's like,
BYU.
yeah, they're not going to lose to BYU. Oh, they lost to BYU.
They got rolled up on by BYU.
All right, let's
All
get
right,
to
let's
our
move
next
on.
pick.
We got to go.
To jolly old London we go. The
Brutal.
Jaguars versus the Patriots.
They've been in
Sorry,
London
brother.
for 2 weeks.
Already submitted my picks. Kyle, who'd you pick? Run them down on the show on the comments.
Yeah, drop who you got in there.
Please, man.
This
All
is
right.
gonna
I went with the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Duval County.
I'm going with the
London
Pats here.
Jags. That's fair.
You know what? Give me Drake May.
That's definitely fair.
He looked good. Just a couple of picks.
I
but
just
he
think the
was
desperate
getting-
team in Jacksonville is like.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, this is gonna be this ain't gonna really be a great game. So
No. This one
the
should.
NFL's expecting us to get up early to watch this. I don't think so.
Yeah. How are you
man.
gonna promote this?
Yeah.
T-Law versus Drake May. I've seen the commercials for it. Yeah. It just looks silly. It's like the Thursday night graphic they popped up on Monday, and it was Sean Payton and Cameron Jordan.
Oh,
It's like there's that little notable guys
What are
on the
we doing?
teams. You're showing the head coach and our 35-year-old defensive lineman. I love it.
Who else are you gonna use to promote it?
Yeah.
Come on.
Who else you gonna show?
Yeah, this Jags defense has been bad. Drake May, I think made some nice passes. Patriots got a good defense, and it's been kind of overshadowed by how bad they've been, but they're always solid defensively. And the Jags just look completely out of sorts. They dropped 4 touchdowns last week. It's complete dysfunction. I don't know if anything
was a bona fide scrub.
I don't know if anything's going to change until Peterson's gone. We will see.
This man was a bona fide
All right.
scrub.
Next game up, Philadelphia going to the Big Apple. No, not to the Big Apple, to New Jersey to play the Giants. Saquon Barkley revenge game here. Give me the Eagles.
He's just gonna run.
He's
all
running for
over 'em,
200
dude.
yards.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bad.
At
one.
least 150.
You're going with the Giants.
Give me the New York.
Oh, now Jimmy's the
football
traitor. Come
Giants.
on, guys.
It's the Giants and the Eagles.
That's true. But
Give
man,
me the Eagles, dude. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. There's something going on there with Sirianni in that offense.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Giants in the upset, dude. I might be an idiot.
Dude,
I'm
not
Star might
super
catch up to me now
confident.
because of this. I'm not. Don't believe neighbors. I'm definitely not confident.
Jimmy, I even with the
It's
neighbors,
Brian freaking Dable.
I was thinking
Yeah.
about taking the Giants here though, because these
It's
are
kind of
two bad
two
teams.
dumpster fires right now.
Exactly.
In the NFC East.
I'm riding on the Saquon Barkley revenge game. That's going to power
Yeah.
the Eagles, man.
I think that's their saving.
I'm
grace.
probably going to lose.
I don't feel that confident that the Eagles aren't going to find a way to choke this
Right.
away and lose.
Right.
We'll see. Another bad game. Thank God this one's.
I might change it to the Eagles. Just for right now, I picked the New York Giants.
The Seattle Sea Chickens going into Atlanta to play the Falcons.
I went with the Falcons. Man, Kirk Cousins. I don't know. I just like
It's in
the way that they're playing
Atlanta.
football. It's in Atlanta, the home team.
Falcons are rolling. I'm
Yeah.
going with Seattle here.
That's a good pick.
Dude, they dropped 3 in a row. They went from 3-0 to 3-3 in the span
real
of
quick.
10 and a half days.
Yeah.
Not even 2 weeks. They were the 500.
Yeah, they had some prime time. They had a Thursday and then they
They-
played on Sunday.
Yeah, they're coming off a long, like the mini bye week, playing on Thursday Night Football. I think they did a lot of self-reflecting. There's a lot of harsh, criticism of the team. They're going to come out looking to send a message against a hot team here and get back on track because this is a good football team.
I'm leaning to Atlanta for now just because they turn the ball over. And if Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates get hot, there's no chance that Seattle can win it.
Yeah.
If they get a couple turnovers, Kirk is going to have possession and he just gets to work that game clock. And they can run it. if the offensive skill players like Bijan and Kyle Pitts real quiet, like Drake London is having a better season than these guys so far. Darnell Mooney is having a better year.
This one's going to come down to like a field goal, I believe.
It's going to be a close
second field goal.
Atlanta,
whether it's
7-3.
going to be Young Ho Koo or Jason Myers kicking it.
Atlanta 7-3 in their last 10, 8-2 to the over.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. This could definitely be a high scoring game. Now
I
the
think
defense
so.
is too great.
I think so. The total is 51 even.
All right. Green Bay Packers, Houston Texans.
You already know.
Go Pack, go baby!
I
In
wanna
Lambeau
roll
here.
Pack here too.
They're cooking. Jordan Love back in the fold. Been statting it. Texans, like we said, 5-1.
Sneaky.
Not a very convincing 5-1 in all of their wins.
Houston, we have a problem.
And yeah, going up to Lambeau, it's gonna be a tough one. They're gonna be fired up there.
Green Bay 3-point favorites, -155 on the money line. Trap line. Green Bay, I think, kind of rolls this game.
No Nico Collins, I think.
No
Nico,
Nico.
really hurt the
No
Texans.
Nico Collins. Houston. I don't know. They're running.
Kyle riding with Houston.
Mixon's
All
back
right.
though. Mixon is back.
I think it'll be closer than if there was no Mixon in this game. Houston's gonna have a better run game here.
They're 19th in the NFL in rushing. The Houston Texans offense. Green Bay Packers, number 8 in the NFL against the run.
So they're getting better than where they started against the run. That's for sure.
Green Bay on offense, number 5 in the NFL in rushing. Houston Texans rush defensive rank in the NFL, 19th.
With a very good D line too. That's why we're saying
They're more of a pass. Their
And
defensive line's built
Jordan
for
Love
pass
is going to
rush.
throw for 3 touchdowns guaranteed.
but those guys can still get in there. This is going to be a tough one.
It's going to be
It could be a high scoring game. I think
it's going to be a very high scoring game.
probably. Looking at it, probably our game of the week outside of maybe Tampa Bay,
And-
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
also San Fran rematch of the Super Bowl. San
Ooh, that
Fran
is
versus
true.
the Chiefs.
That is going to be a good
I
one.
think that's going to be a really
Well, we do
Chiefs
have-
coming off a bye.
We do have
47.
Minnesota and Detroit. Oh crap! You know what? I might have spoke too soon.
Oh my goodness. This is
There's
a
a lot
great
of good
week.
matchups. Yeah,
This is a
It's a good
fantastic
week.
week for football, boys. There's going to be some
Alright.
great games.
we're all
My hair
locked
might
in
be
on
orange for it.
the Packers
I'm
though.
on the Packers. Yeah, we can.
All right,
Next.
Cincy, Cleveland, Joe Burrow 1-5 against the Browns.
Isn't that something crazy?
That's interesting.
6-point favorites, -300 out of Cincinnati Bengals.
I think he gets this second one. I think he goes 2-5.
I'm saying 2-5 here for Burrow.
Cleveland
Joey B.
is doo-doo. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are just going to eat up on this defense.
I mean, now you take away Amari Cooper. Who else?
Yeah.
They're on the football.
They're
team.
not even going to be able to keep up with the point. Is at least the Bengals offense has been able to turn it on.
Cam
in
Taylor
these few
Britt's better
weeks.
than Jerry Jeudy. So
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know what you're doing
yeah.
here.
And like Geno Stone, this is a good game for you to build some confidence because you have
Deshaun Watson, also the most sacked quarterback in the NFL this year.
Is he really?
Hendrickson,
Sam
is coming
Hubbard
for you,
and
dog.
Trey Hendrickson are going to feast on them. And here's the thing: is like, it's not even like the Browns line is that bad. Deshaun is like running himself into sacks. He is just god awful, and like he'll scramble for absolutely no reason. Won't stay in the pocket. Yeah, he's gonna probably gift a few to some Bengals pass rushers. The Bengals are gonna have 5 sacks and win this game like 24-6.
This next one is really hard to choose from. Detroit is going into Minnesota to play those red hot 5-0 Vikings coming off a bye week. Detroit coming off of a beatdown in Detroit or in
Absolute
Dallas
demolition.
on Jerry's birthday. Who do you guys got? Minnesota or
Good.
Detroit?
I'm going mini.
You're in
Interesting matchup.
Minneapolis.
I'm going mini. Jimmy covers going mini just because
Coming off the bye, I do like them there.
no Hutchinson.
No Hutchinson is.
You know,
Man.
that's a big loss. Minnesota already has a pretty good offensive line, doesn't really give up a whole lot of pressure. I think
That
Detroit
defense is hurting.
Detroit relies on playing that physical style of game with teams. I don't think they're going to be able to do it in division this year. People have seen them. They're not all that tough at the point of attack, and their secondary is awful. I know they got Brian Branch back there, but they have no DBs that can't cover. They can't cover water if they fell out of a freaking boat.
Yeah, Brian Branch is the shining star.
Yeah, and even
in
he's
the
suspect.
defense.
I mean, even he gives up
He's got his moments.
huge plays downfield.
He's got his moments.
So he likes to try to like play that robber position and jump that underneath crap, and you can get him on double moves all over the football field.
I'm going with the Lions.
You're going with the Lions. Nice.
I feel like Minnesota went into the bye week kind of shaky. And then Detroit, I mean, they just came out with their best game of the season. They're riding high on that confidence. I think the Vikings, you know what? When you go into the bye week without a ton of confidence, sure, they got the win. It was Darnold's worst game of the season. They had to rely heavily on their defense, getting a bunch of takeaways.
Let's go
and
Lions.
The Lions, the way they run the football, I don't think that Minnesota interior and their linebackers have been all too great against the run here. They're gonna run it downhill. You're saying the Lions aren't very physical. I got to disagree with you there, Jimmy. They're probably one of the most physical teams in the NFL, especially the way they run the football.
They play against bad teams. They're able to do that. They play their own division. They're not.
I believe in them to do it against the Vikings here. They're gonna hand the Vikings their first loss of the season.
Vikings 7-3 in the last 10.
It's going to be another close game. This is going to be a really great game.
I think it's going to be a great game. Yeah, division matchup.
Probably another high scoring game.
Total is 50.
Definitely.
You got it. Total is 50. I mean, definitely see those guys, stepping up to the plate for sure and making that happen.
Next up on the slate, Miami's coming into Indianapolis to play those Colts. 2-3 Miami against 3-3 Indianapolis. You still have no Tua, so you got to go Indianapolis.
Kyle's going with the Lions.
Yep, he's got.
I think it's going to be
going
tough in
with
Minnesota with no Hutchinson.
Dolphins here.
I
feel like
their offense.
Tyreek Hill, man, he's going to finally get it going with Tyler Huntley. I think there's been enough time. You got some extra work in. They definitely got some extra work in the bye week here. And
they are coming off
Joe
bye.
Flacco, hard to bet against.
That's true.
At home. I just think it's a letdown spot. I really like Miami in this situation. Miami needs to turn around their season. I think this could be one of the games to get them back up into 500. Colts, beatable team.
Their defense hasn't been really good.
Their defense is awful, and we saw our guy
to get these big plays going.
Start playing some good football.
He did.
Yeah. Miami needs to get the big plays going, and this is a good defense to have that happen against. They gave up a lot of big plays to the Titans, even.
Indiana.
So I like the Dolphins
Colts,
here.
6-2 in their last 8 head-to-head matchups. 4-4 to the over/under tie.
Next up, you kind of convinced me on Miami there, though. Next up on our slate, Tennessee is going into Buffalo. Will Levis is starting, so I got to go with the Bills. I would pick this Tennessee as a sneaky upset, but this is just not the team that they're going to upset.
No.
Their defense is really strong, but I think Josh Allen still has a pretty good day, and it's going to be tough for the Titans. Will Levis is playing. Guaranteed boneheaded turnover with the screenshot of some crazy stuff happening.
I think Buffalo easy. They probably run away with this.
Yeah.
Even though the Titans defense, man, they're still the best defense in terms of total yards allowed. One of the best scoring defenses in the league. They just get no help from that offense. So don't expect a blowout here, but I do expect a Buffalo win.
Yep. Every one of Tennessee's losses has been a one possession game.
Yeah.
So they stay in it.
They have a decent defense.
They stay in it. They can never finish the job.
I mean, statistically, they have the best defense in the league right now.
Yeah.
You're right.
And they're 1-4.
They just have a terrible offense.
They have
defense
Levi
gets a lot of
Jeans
short
just
fields.
giving the ball away, dude. I mean, I think he leads the league in turnovers.
Just
the
get
Mayo
Mason
Maestro
Rudolph.
cannot get it done.
I like it.
That commercial is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Too, man. Doing a splits on the mayonnaise.
All
containers.
right.
What are we doing?
LA Rams versus Las Vegas Raiders.
Oof.
Raiders are going to continue the tank job because they need a quarterback. Give me the Rams.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Taking the Rams here. Stafford, even with no wide receivers, he's been putting up decent numbers against some good defenses.
Playing pretty good.
Raiders, I mean, we watched Najee Harris and his, his ass that runs a 6'4" 40.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just run
He's
all.
a glacier out there, dude.
He just ran all over.
I'm
the
faster
Raiders.
than Najee Harris, man.
So give me Kyron Williams to have a big day.
Yeah, there you go.
That's my start here this week in
there
fantasy.
You go. That's a good start.
Starting Kyron Williams.
Oh, nice. I like it. You know what? Oh, okay. We haven't gotten to my start yet, so we're
perfect.
We're good. Or my waiver wire ad. So we're coming up on that though. Kyron Williams, yeah, start of the week. He should have I could see him having a 2 touchdown game and like $150 in scrimmage yards this game. He should be in for a big week. They're going to rely heavily on him, especially to neutralize that pass rush of Max Crosby. But Christian Wilkinson hasn't really been a huge factor.
No.
On that Vegas defense.
He's been quiet.
If I'm being honest.
Like Spillane has been very solid for them. That's their bright spot aside from Crosby. Yeah, you haven't heard a lot from Wilkins. That's a big trade piece or a big signing piece for them in the offseason. Next up here, boys, Carolina's going to Washington. Let me get the fighting Jaden Daniels advancing to 5-2, man.
Give me the Commanders by 30, bro.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be...
Okay, well, their defense ain't that good, so maybe not by 30, but they'll probably give up some garbage time TDs to make it like a 20-point victory instead of a 30-point one. But yeah, the Commanders, they're gonna drop 40 on the Panthers this week at least, man.
Easily. This one, I mean, that's an easy pick. This one's guaranteed.
Yeah, even if Brian Thomas Jr. isn't healthy, like they can get the Panthers' run defense almost non-existent. They'll get that going.
That like Eckler has a chance to get really active Sunday.
He does.
Now,
and then if Brian Thomas Jr. is healthy, look out. I mean, he could rush for 150 yards that game.
Oh yeah.
Another game of the week right here.
Ooh, the Super Bowl matchup.
Rematch.
Kansas City's going to San Fran. I don't even know who to pick here. I know my sit of the week. Sit Brock Purdy if you got him. This is not going to be a big week. This is probably going to be a low-scoring game. Just because, I mean, Patrick Mahomes got a turnover every game this season.
Yeah.
He has not gone a game without throwing a pick.
Yep.
They fumble a lot. So.
No Pacheco, no Shaheed.
No Pacheco.
My waiver wire out of the week is actually Juju Smith-Schuster, though. The Chiefs.
That motherfucker.
Yeah.
Sorry. But that dude just torched up the Saints. And he's over there dancing on the fucking Steelers logo. I hate him. I hate Juju, man. Gosh.
Well, look, Devontae, Mari Cooper get traded. So, I mean, like the big wide receiver names that were disgruntled with their organization have been traded. The Chiefs missed out on that. You're already down their top 2 wideouts. Juju's just, I mean, he's just going to get a lot of targets based off of pure volume. And he's pretty much their number 1 wide receiver down there in Kansas City. So he's going to be an ad just because he's probably going to see 15 targets a game.
Yeah.
Something crazy like that. Andy Reid's pretty smart. He'll scheme them open. So especially if you've got PPR, go get Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm going to say, though, after this week, the 72 Dolphins, they're going to be popping the champagne because there will be no more undefeated teams left. The Kansas City Chiefs fall on the road to the San Francisco 49ers, who look like they've finally figured out how to play like a championship contending team again. Great game they had against Seattle. I think that's just going to be good to build their confidence. They're coming in off of a mini bye. You know, they've got some beef with the Chiefs. Beat them in the past 2 Super Bowl appearances they've been to. Some bad blood there. A little, out of conference rivalry that between these two here. They're going to want to come out.
Kansas City
show out in
10-0
front of
in
their
their
home
last 10.
fans.
Have not lost to San Francisco.
That changes this weekend. Give me the Niners.
I picked the Niners also.
I just want to see the Niners win. I'm going to pick against the Chiefs every week unless they're playing some garbage. Next up, Jets going into Pittsburgh, taking on the Steel Curtain.
I can't believe I'm doing it. I said during
You're
the
picking the
last
damn Jets, are you?
I cannot believe I'm going back to the well. Jimmy Covers loves pain and misery. I cannot believe I'm doing it. I got to go Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets over the Pittsburgh.
Jimmy,
Steelers.
I'm going with you because
Yeah.
I don't believe in Russell Wilson, and they said he's going to play.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So,
Russell Wilson's playing?
Yeah, Russell
I'd
Wilson.
rather
A-Rod, baby. Come on now.
Hey, caveman.
A-Rod,
on the New
baby.
York Jets.
I was about to say I'm the
There
traitor
we
again
go,
this
there
week because
we
I'm
go,
picking the
there we
Steelers.
go,
man.
there we go.
I'm taking A-Rod over Russ, man.
Give me A-Rod over
A-Rod, even he's older than Russell Wilson, still showing more
I
arm
know.
talent and mobility than Russell Wilson has. Like, geez, man.
Baltimore, Tampa Bay, boys.
Oh, they're both 4-2. Tampa
Yep.
Bay's
I
got the
like
home
this.
field
Baltimore is
advantage.
3-2.
No, they're 4-2.
No, they're 4-2.
Ooh,
Oh, this is gonna be such a matchup here.
I went with Baltimore. They're playing really good.
I think Baltimore really figured it out.
I think their run game is going to keep
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield.
I'm going with
field.
the Ravens as well. Tampa Bay's defense hasn't been too great, especially against some better offenses. I mean, Kirk
Right.
Cousins absolutely
Went up and down.
diced them up.
Diced them.
Heck, Bo Nix looked like a seasoned vet against their defense. I'm not sure what happened there, but the Ravens, their offense has been like the best in football the past few weeks. Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson on the ground has just been unstoppable. I don't think Tampa Bay figures out how to stop it. Zay Flowers has had an insane amount of scrimmage yards over the past 2 weeks. I look for that to continue. Heck, Mark Andrews finally getting involved again. You got Isaiah Likely there.
Yes, sir.
Good big shootout on Monday Night Football, but the Ravens take it. Our last game, Chargers Cardinals. Start of the week, J.K. Dobbins. You saw,
Nice. I
like
like
that.
yeah,
that.
you
pick.
saw
I like
Josh
that.
Jacobs run all over the Cardinals, and I'm looking for the Chargers to do exactly the same. Quintez Johnson got a little banged up. Lad McConkey also dealing with something, so just to take a little of the pressure off of their wide receivers, they're going to run the ball a lot. Dobbins, man, he's just been feasting against bad defenses as well.
I
So,
like going on the
20
reverse.
touches here.
I like the reverse effect after a team loses going home, how well they play at home after a loss. I went with the Arizona Cardinals in this matchup just
All right.
because, the zigzag effect kind of, the Chargers played a road game. Now they're coming back home. They're riding high. Could they be overconfident?
No, they're going to Arizona.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Oh,
now
yeah.
they're going on the road. Are they overconfident?
Well, they're-
Arizona's at home coming off a loss.
They're
Really,
going to want to win.
they're going to
want a big one.
and I think Arizona's offense is still pretty good.
They have no Marvin Harrison, though. So
Yeah.
you're really
I
kind of
mean,
limited to just like James Conner
I
and
really
then you work
think they
your
can.
tight
And
ends in.
and McBride is a beast, man. Chargers have shown that they cannot stop the run, and I don't know if their defense is really that good against the run and those tight ends across the middle with McBride getting the play action. I don't know. I kind of like Murray out on the edges, and Chargers defense. I don't know. I'm not sold on them. I just went with the Arizona Cardinals just because I don't
Valid
think I'm
point.
going to lose the whole week on the last Monday night game.
Very true. It's kind of
gonna-
like that Jacksonville, New England.
Yeah,
game.
exactly.
I'm going to go with the Chargers. What's your guys' tiebreaker here on your points?
I'm going like 33 points.
I
and
actually
the Chargers getting
Wow,
23
really?
I
points.
nailed it,
Probably
dude.
be low.
I didn't even see the number. I wrote my number and I wrote 44. The over/under total right now on BetMGM, 44 points. So interesting.
I'm
stuff,
going with
boys.
42. Kyle's riding with the Cardinals. I'm going with the Chargers. That's going to be the final
That's
whistle.
the final
on
whistle,
today's
boys.
show.
And we'll be right back with you next Monday.
One of
when
our
we
hair
roll
is
in.
getting dyed next Monday, live in studio.
I like it, man.
Stick with us. We'll be back next week.
We're
Thanks
going
for
over to the
watching.
wig place. Get the hair done.
Stick with us, folks.
Yeah, Kyle's riding
We'll
with
be
the
back
Cardinals
next
too.
week. Kyle's riding with the Cardinals. Hopefully your picks do well. I hope mine do because I
Good
need
night.
to catch
I hope
Kyle.
your picks don't do well, Kyle.
Good
Sorry.
night and good luck, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.